Make sure this phone working. Anyway, how y'all doing? Let me skip this thing here, man. Okay, skip. What's up, everybody? Doing all right? Good to see y'all in here. What's up, Lady London? What's up, Super Susan? All Natural. What's going on with you, man? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get the conversation going, man. I know other people may be jumping around on the internet because there's a lot going on. Everybody talking about Big Gwoat. It is what it is, but I'm not changing our order of operation. We're gonna still do our thing. Anyway, man, Big Gwoat Fat Camp, man. Claressa Shields right now, man, let me tell you, the whole world is talking about everything about Claressa. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. I had planned to come here and talk about some of the other female fighters, but I'm like, we're going to keep the conversation going because I ain't never seen nothing like this. You got women from other countries wanting Claressa Shields to fail, wanting her to lose. From other countries. I mean, normally you see, well, it's two women, but normally people root for the one who's more popular. There's nobody rooting for Claressa Shields. It's crazy, man. What's up? Let's talk about it. What's up, All Natural? Tanil, how y'all doing? Hey, Hood, what's up, Noble? You know, it's just unfortunate, man. But hey, look, I'll be honest with you. It's the gloves are off now. After all this crap that we learned about this past weekend, man, I'm just shaking my head and I'm like, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, 929-839, man, 069. You know, I go live for y'all to call in for us to have a conversation. So y'all go ahead and call in, man. We can go ahead and get this started. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the upset's brewing, you know. You look at what's going on in the personal life, it ain't together. It's really bad right now. And I did have, you know, Charlita did hit me up. And Charlita's not doing well. You know, she did hit me up. She contacted me. And you know me, I don't push for nobody to call into my live. And I just told her, she says she's not well right now. I told her, take your time, whenever you're ready, I'm here. You know, I'm not a guy. Let me tell you, before all this stuff started popping, with Charlita was doing all these interviews, Charlita and I were talking on the phone. I never, ever once put her out there on an interview. I never recorded our conversations. That's why Charlita respects me so much. She knows. Charlita knows what time it is. So to see her going through this, man, I feel bad for her. You know, I do. I feel really bad for Charlita. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I know people see her on the internet, but I'm telling you, I know her. I know her. You know, the internet is the internet. And I'm not saying I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. None of us are perfect. But, you know, I'm not that kind of person. But I feel bad for them all. It's crazy. Says that's awesome that she reached out. Yeah. Well, we know real recognize real. Because, you know, I don't humbug her for no interviews. I don't humbug nobody for interviews. I was like, yo, y'all call in. Somebody want to call in? The number's there. So anybody watching in the bushes, just call into the show. You know, I'll let you talk whatever you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you this right now. There's people all across the world, man, looking at Claressa Shields because there's this fat camp she got going on, you know? She out here trying to lose weight. She got all these distractions. When you got a person who can't focus on someone like Kaye Scott, it's always the opportunity for the underdog to come out here and pull off the upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here looking online and seeing all this crazy stuff going on when it comes to Claressa. And I ain't never seen nothing like this where you got women, you know, American women, all races, especially black women. They just ain't rooting for her. And it's really crazy to see that, man. But she did it to herself, you know. Everything is coming up again. Everything is coming up. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what she wanted to do. Come out here and be the villain and piss people off. So she gotta deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull something up here real quick. Because this thing about working out, now you got this big set of talk that's going on with Claressa and what's her name, and Chris Cyborg. And again, people are out here putting more pressure on her, saying that Claressa, if she would have fought Cyborg, she would have lost. And I'm gonna tell you this. I do think now that I look at all the distractions going on, I do think that anyone Claressa's fighting would have a tough time, would have a good chance of winning because she just got too many distractions, man. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. She got way too many distractions going on. Way too many. I'm pulling something up while we're talking. I was looking at something today and I was just shaking my head. Like, where did this shit come from, you know? Because there's so much stuff circulating. But I saw something today. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. And I'm like, this is crazy. It's amazing what people can pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing what they can pull up on you. Let me click on this real quick. Hold on a second. It says that's right. Yeah. This woman was in church. Did something, church removed her. Now we see the Antichrist. She keeps saying God, God, God's the master below. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. You know, you can't, look, I don't talk a lot about certain things, sensitive topics, but I'll tell you this. When it comes to going to a place of worship, man, I have never seen anybody try to stop somebody from coming inside a place of worship. I have never seen that. Sometimes you get people in there, and depends on how they're carrying on, they take them to the back. I've been to several different places of worship. I have, right? Different religions. I've never seen when they didn't want to allow somebody inside. Anybody trying to prohibit someone from entering. That shit is crazy to me. It says, I think anger will make her win. Hello, hi everyone. What's going on with you, P-Dub? Has anyone seen Kaye Scott fight? I don't know what she can do. Well, the thing with Kaye Scott is in shape. You know, I think Claressa should be the favorite, but I'm just telling you right now, there's so much going on with Claressa Shields. Where's my phone? There's so many distractions with Claressa Shields that Kaye Scott has the opportunity of a lifetime. She just got to, do something with it. You know what I'm saying? She 100% has to do something with it. Let me see if I can pull this up. I just sent it. She got to do something with this opportunity, man. She doesn't really have power or anything, kind of like Claressa, but Kaye Scott, she has a chance more than ever now. You know, I'm just being real with you. While I pull this up, I just sent it as this populates. I'm gonna show y'all something. Now that Chris Cyborg fight, let me show y'all something here real quick. Let me mute it. This right here is Claressa and Chris Cyborg, right? Now this is Claressa and Chris Cyborg fighting. Now if you take a look at this, Chris Cyborg, of course you know who's Chris Cyborg. She's not looking all that bad against Claressa. You know, I know it's just sparring, but she's not looking all that bad against Claressa Shields. You see what I'm saying? Claressa is not in here blowing her out. Now, I know this is from a few years ago. This is when I thought Claressa was even sharper. Right now, I don't think Claressa is all that sharp. But, I mean, if you just watch this sparring session, Cyborg doesn't necessarily look like she's out her league. See? She landing shots. You see what I'm saying? So this could be why Claressa didn't want to mess with her. This could be exactly why Claressa didn't want to mess with Chris Cyborg. Because she knows she gets in there with her, Chris Cyborg is going to be in there. She's going to be fighting. She's not going to get tired. Chris Cyborg is going to be in there swinging. I mean, look, she landed shots on Claressa. Now, of course, Claressa, to me, look like she's getting the best of the exchanges. But the thing is, Chris Cyborg is in there, and she's holding her own. And Chris Cyborg is much better now, training with Jose Benavidez Sr. So when I look at this, I'm like, oh, man. That could be why Claressa didn't want to fight Cyborg. And that could also be, like I was saying, that could also be a reason why when Claressa not focused could be how she ends up losing. It says, Hood, she thinks she's bigger than the program. Yeah, she does. And look, 929-839-0679. I got 111 people in here. I should have 111 likes. Please hit the like button for me and go ahead and call in and tell me what y'all think. Because what's been on my mind is the possible upset brewing, the whole thing about prohibiting Charlita from coming into the church. Charlita out here, a lot of different emotions and things surface after this past weekend, and me just sitting here trying to understand what the hell is going on with Claressa Shields. I mean, really, what's going on with this girl, man? Like, she's totally losing it. For real. When you got all these women, nobody rooting for you. You an Olympian and nobody rooting for you. It's crazy, man. Says, how long ago was that? That was a couple years ago. But Chris Cyborg, she was just now coming into boxing. She's much better now. You know what I mean? She's much better now. For real. Says she's her biggest distraction. It's a shame all she do. I was rooting for her, then she self-destructed. Love your work, Hood. Oh, okay, Catrice. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Says Cyborg is a winner. Yeah, no, she is a winner. You know what I'm saying? Back in that square, but but she's taking things too far, man. Way too far. Now, if y'all think she's taking things too far, call in and let's talk about it. But if you feel Claressa's not taking things too far and it's unfair that women, especially here in America, aren't supporting her, call in and, plead your case. Y'all know with me, I listen. I'm not going to sit there and tell anyone they're right or wrong. I just listen to you. But I'll chime in where I feel necessary. But that's what I want to know. Because Claressa feels like the whole world's against her, like she's done nothing wrong. And I'm telling you, man, she deserves what's coming her way. She does, man. And she doesn't seem to be wanting to slow down anytime soon. I was talking to my homeboy today. He used to work for All Hip Hop, the magazine back in the day. He told me, he's like, yo, once you're getting this attention, that's all that matters. Once you keep getting the attention, that's all that matters. So I said, all right. Says that's why she was ducking. Yeah, I think so. And I'm being honest with you. I think this right here is the reason why Claressa just didn't want anything to do with Chris Cyborg, Like, the more I look at this right here, the more I understand why Claressa does not want to get in here with Chris Cyborg, because Chris Cyborg now is a much better fighter. She understands boxing a lot better. She's got a chin. She's not going to quit. She's a fighter at heart. And a punch ain't going to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at this and know Claressa has all these distractions going on, she's in the fat girl camp trying to get all that weight off, Kaye Scott has a huge opportunity in front of her. You know what I mean? Kaye Scott has the opportunity of a lifetime to clip Claressa Shields. It's just really on Kaye Scott at this point in time. What's up, New Waves? How you doing? She needs to be humble. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 929-839-0679. I've had a lot of people calling me throughout the day. It's just too many to be calling back. Just go ahead and call in, man, because I want to hear from y'all. Yes, no, she wasn't. I wanted a more competitive fight. But let's be honest. The boxing ring is their office. You know what I mean? A lot of us have worked in offices, still do. Some run your own business, no matter what it is. But whenever we go to work, whether we in our own house, we run our own business, or whatever it is, we all have what we could consider an office. But when you come into your office, if you're tired, if you're arguing with your husband, arguing with your wife, you got some financial problems or whatever it is, how effective can you be when you come into your workplace? And that's what I'm saying when it comes to Big Gwoat. She got the fat camp. She got the relationships ups and downs. She got the whole world looking at her. She got stuff going on in her personal life. Everything. How effective can she be when she gets in there with Kaye Scott? Now, Kaye, look, I'm going to be real now. Kaye Scott is not supposed to win. But Claressa is not supposed to enter the ring being unhealthy. What's up, caller? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what up, though?
Not much.
I just seen a few minutes ago where she had a diary. I'm talking about the Gwoat. At 16 years old, her diary was audio. I just seen this on somebody's podcast a little while ago, and how she was going to the Olympics. Her dad was in jail. This girl did everything by herself. She's never had no backup. She's never had no home training. She don't know how to keep a house. She don't know how to dress. She don't know how to be social. Nobody's ever taught her. All this woman knows is boxing. And it's sad on one hand, but on the other hand, she knows that very well, but that's all she knows as a woman. And the more that I look at her, and I've been following her for a long time. I'm from Michigan myself.
All right.
And she used to be so very humble. All that's over. I also don't believe she's ever had her just due for money-wise. That's why she goes so crazy now over money. I think she should have been making that kind of money years ago. But she never had nobody to represent her. She never had anybody to work with her. Good.
No, I'm listening to you, and I'm gonna tell you. I think
it's just been her. She talked about how she slept against her own front door so nobody can get in.
Mm.
She didn't even have a bed. So sometimes I think, this is just me, I feel like we expect too much from her. Because she don't have it to give.
You think people expect too much from her? You think it's because they don't understand what she's really gone through, or they don't care?
That. I do think that, and I also think that when she did get to a little money, and when she did get a man that she liked, it just blew her. It blew all that humbleness out the window. Because now she thought she was on top of the world. But she's never had that. We're talking about a poor little girl from Flint, Michigan, and wore blue in her hair because she was drinking poison water. Going to the Olympics. And nobody really bigged her up behind that. But if you think about it, that was a big deal. But the most we ever heard about her now is her with this clown. And I don't know, everybody want to bring Pat, but Claressa is slow, but she ain't all the way down.
Right.
She just never had I just think she never had no proper. Even when you look at her family members, when they talk about each other. Like I said, this girl was 16 years old, going to the Olympics, and her daddy had to tell her, congratulate, to go do your thing from jail. From jail. Mama nowhere in sight. So we're talking about a young lady who ain't never had nobody give her nothing. So yeah, she's boxing. Everybody talking. And I called you in a couple months ago when Baumgartner, whatever her name is,
Baumgartner,
that little girl, she would hurt that woman because of the rage.
Oh, you think Claressa will hurt Baumgartner?
Huh?
You think Claressa will hurt Baumgartner?
Definitely. Because of the rage and the hatred that she has for any pretty woman. She has a lot of she harbors a lot of hate and rage for women. And that's one right there. I personally think that she would definitely hurt. Because she's not no punk in the ring. Neither one of them.
Right.
Claressa's definitely not.
Right.
And it's sad that she's ruining herself. I hate to see her go out like this, but it might be the thing she needs to snap her out of it. That girl got a mansion. You never hear her talk about enjoying her home. She don't have furniture. She don't know how to dress. Come on now. And no one's there helping her.
Right. Right. You bring up some good points, but I know that you're aware of all of the chaos that she's caused as well. But you still have some hope for her? Is that what this is? You still have some hope for the Gwoat?
No, honestly, I think it's going to take for her to hit rock bottom.
Okay.
Because the level of cockiness now that she carries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her thinking, all that looking down on people, they broke. You know what? You get what you put out. Her ass broke too. Because she don't know how to spend that money. She never had no money like that. Yeah, Pat came in and tricked her into signing some type of shit that ain't got nothing to do with boxing. So, I try to have hope for the lady. Because, she is a woman. She's a black woman. She's a young woman. But a lot of this shit she do to herself. Because she's definitely a person that don't listen to nobody. Band fat, whatever, she can't help her. Only God can help her now.
So, yes.
And that's all go ahead.
No, so yeah. No, I'm telling you bring up some good points. But I just know, like, for me, I agree with a lot of stuff you're saying, but I also see it where at 31, you saying she got some sense. She got sense enough to where she should be able to recognize, look, things ain't working out for me. Maybe I should talk to somebody. She openly talks about what she's been through. There's a movie about her life. So why don't you go get help? I mean, you smart. Why not go get some help? Because this ain't working. What she's doing isn't working. It is not working.
It's not working at all. And we've seen the decline. I'm talking about within months we see it. But this ain't nothing we've been watching like a couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The decline just in months just gone. And then anytime you got a woman that's parading somebody else's husband around and proud of it, come on now.
Okay.
We talking about somebody with no home training. None.
Right.
That girl got out that house and went to fight. Okay?
Right. Okay.
And been fighting ever since. That's what she's good at, fighting. That's all she knows.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna take the conversation. I'm gonna take the conversation. Thank you. No, thank you for calling in.
Okay, no doubt.
All right. Bye. Okay, there's a few callers. I'm gonna call you back. The phone already bubbling, man. Yeah, let me call this one here back right now. 989. I'm calling back right now. Yeah, if y'all call in, I'm gonna call you back. I ain't gonna leave you hanging. So we're gonna get through it. A lot of calls coming in already. But that's interesting to hear that perspective. I think some people just got the Gwoat fatigue. They're tired of the drama, man. You know what I'm saying?
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
So 989, I tried to call you back, all right? 225, I'm calling you back now. So I tried to call you back, 989. Yeah. But let's see what they have to say.
Hey, Hood.
What's up with you?
Ain't too much. So the lady that just got off that was kind of somewhat sympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
I hear what she's saying. I can't 100% agree with it because listen, if you think about some of the most famous athletes out there, male athletes that come from impoverished conditions, they are the most humble people. I mean, Terrell Owens was dating his sister, for God's sake, and his daddy lived across the street from him. So I mean, we all can think of a sob story. We all can think of, stuff like rich people problems. But I'm not in full agreement with what that last lady was talking about. That sympathy shit is gone. It's over for her. And it's not because I'm a female. It's because most of the people who have gone through some stuff, they are very humble. And when they speak about their humble beginnings, I mean, look at Shaquille O'Neal. It's a lot of football players, basketball players. Everybody didn't grow up with a silver spoon in mouth like Steph Curry. They actually had some people who had to grow up and get it out the mud, whose parents literally lived in poverty. So, I mean, I understand that, the lady got somewhat of a soft spot for Claressa, but no, it's over for her. She lost my respect when she started disrespecting some of the greats. I think that's really where it just put a bad taste in my mouth for her. Like, I wanted her to win when she was 16-year-old, wearing them Suge Knight braids or scalp braids, when she had two pieces of hair, a bang in the front, and her knuckle was all ashy and beat up, and she was crusty around her ankles. That's when I respected her. That's when I was like, okay, this girl is gonna go far. But now she got a little taste of fame, and she lost her mind. So that's all I want to say.
No, I agree with you, because everyone knows Hood Champion, he's pretty neutral. But and I'll never come out here and cuss and carry on because that ain't my style. And the one time where I started going down that rabbit hole, I had to check myself and say, "Yo, that ain't me." It's like, what am I doing cussing about a female? Like, I know better. But I realized that internet can do that shit to you. So I got myself in check months ago. But I will tell you, after this weekend, just this whole thing that I've heard, and I'm like, that is just, for me, it's like, when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse. And that's why I did that video I did the other day, and I just broke it all down from Layla Ali to Alicia to everything in between, the kids, the other funeral with, I think his name was Tony or whatever his name was, to where we are right now. It's like, there's a lot of craziness, man. And that's why I'm not surprised.
You were very fair last night on your live. Last night I had called the replay. It was either last night or the night before when you were talking about the situation with the family and stuff like that. Like, you really didn't sway right or left. You just kind of let people sound off. But I can understand you not wanting to tap into something so sensitive. But you are absolutely right. That there is so ugly. I cannot imagine that kind of drama circled around you when you are supposed to be the greatest or one of the greatest that are out here. Like that's sad. Like, oh my God, I couldn't believe my ears. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say, Hood. I mean, it's good you letting us sound off, but a lot of people, she has just really, really tarnished her reputation.
Oh no, I agree. I agree. That reputation, her no respect for her brand. She's destroyed it, and I don't think that she can reestablish what she once had. I don't even think she could come 1/100th close to what she was before. It's done, and I think it's indefinite damage. And there's nothing that can help. No one that can help her. All she can do is go try to get help herself. But no matter how much apologizing she does, nobody gonna care. Most people won't care. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then there was something else I want the other night when you were talking about. Unfortunately, you can just see this ended up bad to where somebody just might get taken up out of here.
Yep.
You know what that made me think of? You remember the Source Awards? Like, what? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember the Source Awards.
You remember how Hood and Ghetto, the Source Awards, there was always going to be one clique that didn't like one clique. And you see them back in the day, they filmed, you know, people running up, bum rushing the stage and everything. Like,
Ignorant.
That's not see happening at this girl fight, Hood. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we talked about that. This August 15th. I wouldn't be surprised if Kaye Scott and her team have already addressed this behind the scenes, saying, look, we're uncomfortable coming out here. You're going to have all these, let's just be real, all these niggas in the goddamn place. You know what I'm saying? We don't want this shit, this baddies, these fucking thugs, all this craziness, this fighting. We from Australia. We ain't used to this nigga shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I know some of y'all that like, damn, we ain't used to hearing Hood talk like this, but y'all, I'm saying that for emphasis. That's what they could run into. And they're like, that's what they're going to be thinking, man. I don't want to be nowhere part of associated with this shit. And so you bring up a good point about the Source Awards. We could get the equivalent of that in the crowd, but we've touched up on it. Yeah. I know. I wouldn't want to be there, even when I was younger.
Me neither.
I used to like action and being in the drama, but not that. Yeah, nobody want to be in that bullshit. And I know them Australians. I don't care. I know they brave people with heart and tough. They don't want nothing to do with that. She looked uncomfortable at the damn press conference.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? She looked uncomfortable at the press conference. Real uncomfortable. And right now with everything going on, I can only imagine that she's like, what did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? Yep. So, yeah, man. But, you got anything else? You can keep cooking, man. But if you
No, that's it. I'm always enjoying the show. What's up to the mods that are in the chat and everybody? I'm going to jump back in. I appreciate you letting me call.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
Okay. All right.
Bye. Yeah, let me call 989 back, man. I see y'all calling in. But, yeah, I'm just being real with y'all, man. That's just how they see it. That's how I see it. I just don't be saying all that shit. But now y'all heard me say it. Who want to be part of that?
Hello.
How you doing, ma'am?
Good.
Mute your TV for me, please.
Oh, okay. Hey.
What's up with you?
I'm good. I love your show, man.
Okay, well, you haven't called in before? I don't know who you are.
Never called in, but nobody ever calls back, but I'm so glad that you do.
Yeah. What you got?
You're the only one. But I've been knowing Claressa Shields. I grew up in Saginaw. It's about 30 minutes.
Yeah, the same place where, what's his name is from, Jermaine Franklin.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so I've been knowing Claressa all her life coming up. Now, I'm older than her, but and I used to respect her. She did have the heart, but so did I. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to. You could come up hard, but as you get older, you're supposed to learn better. And you supposed to do better. And here, this girl, she gets up, she come up a little ways, and soon as she make a little money, she turns on everybody. And that's what the women don't like about her. You turned on Layla Ali, you turned on Remy Ma, you turned on you even just dismissed your manager. That's crazy to me. She out here, she acting crazy, she acting wild, she calling people names. That's just crazy to me. And I don't think that she has to do all of that. And I think because she did all of that, that she's going to pay for it. She blocked me because I said on the internet that she better pray that don't no big brawl break out because of what she brought to her car. You bringing down boxing. You talking about you trying to pump boxing up. You bringing it down.
Mm-hmm.
You're not making us women look good. You out here acting hood. She out here acting hood. And people, you know, I ain't gonna say Flint people just act like that because they say Saginaw is the most hood. But you know, Claressa is, you know, she put a bad name on Flint. Now she put a bad name on Atlanta. Atlanta ain't gonna appreciate this after this is all said and done. But I agree with you. Either this is genius or it's just crazy.
Yeah, I agree. So you actually knew her growing up.
Yeah, I know her.
So you know the whole backstory. So it sounds like it's a horrible.
I followed Claressa's. Let me say it like that.
Okay.
I don't know her personally, but I followed her all her life.
Okay.
I'm a boxing fan. I follow all the boxers.
So you've been following her since she was an amateur.
Right.
Okay.
Since she started, since she was like 10 years old, since she started, because, you know, I mean, everybody been rooting for Claressa to be, you know, somebody, you know. I mean, she's always talked about her life.
Right.
You know, her life. And that was a good thing that, you know, hey, I come from the dirt.
Mm-hmm. So
I get it out the mud. We all got it out the mud, but we all don't carry ourselves like that. You know, we don't have to carry ourselves like that. And that's the problem with Claressa.
Right. So were y'all hearing stuff about her back in the day when she was a young girl, like a girl with an anger issue and problems, or you weren't hearing stuff like that back then?
Yeah, she had problems like that. Yeah, she would fight anybody, but you know, but when you come from the ghetto, like I say, I came from the ghetto too, born and raised in the projects, and so fighting was a thing. You know, that's part of it. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that as you get older, you should grow out of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just creating confrontations with people.
Right. Yeah,
and that's what she's doing, creating confrontation with people for no reason at all. You go on the internet and do that to people. Mm-hmm. Everybody sees it, and everybody's going to see it for what it really is. Yeah. And then this business with Papoose, this man is bringing her down, and she can't even see it. Mm-hmm. She didn't come down. She didn't start this mess until she got with him. Even the other guy she was with was better than this dude. This dude is bringing her all the way to her knees, and she don't even see it. Yeah. He robbing her blind. You know, got her signing stuff she ain't read because he telling her not to read it. Girl, what's wrong with you? You know, I wish I could mentor her or something but she won't listen because she thinks she know it all. But I'm going to tell y'all what, Claressa is not as dumb as people think they are. I just heard the other lady say Claressa's slow. She may be, but Claressa ain't that slow now. Mm-hmm. Claressa grew up in the hood and she got hood mentality, but she ain't that slow.
Where do you think, in what areas do you think she's sharp?
Well, I think that she's intelligent, and I think she know what she's doing. I think she thought that she could like do a whole reality thing or something, and reinvent a new wheel on boxing or something. That's what I think she thinks she created, because I think Papoose got her thinking this way. But I think this is all gonna blow up in her face.
I agree.
I really don't believe that this is a good thing, what she's doing. But in terms of her being sharp, Claressa knows boxing, because you can't box and not have an IQ.
Right. Now, I agree with what you're saying. We talked about that over the last few months. It's like she thought all this attention would equate to some currency in some form, whether it's a show, reality show, baddies, endorsement, sponsorships, people spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars to see her fight and lose. She thought she was going to be the villain that was going to kind of be like a Mike Tyson, a Floyd Mayweather, Roberto Duran in his prime. That is not what she ended up getting. She got a whole lot of attention with a whole lot of disdain and dislike. It didn't equate to respect, and people wanted to pay to see her lose. And you know how I know it didn't work out? Because she's doing this shit with Zeus and baddies, and she's not spending money the way she was anymore. Something obviously has gone awry. And, you know, I don't think, well, you know what, because I can't say it as a fact, but I'm going to say I strongly believe things aren't going the way she wants because of her attitude and the decisions she's made. That's why she's in this position she's in right now. She created a predicament.
Totally agree. I totally agree with you. It's her attitude, you know, but her attitude changed is what I'm saying. Her attitude changed when she got with Papoose. And I don't know what it is about this man that she changed, but she definitely changed. And she speaks different. I mean, the way she speak about people, that's different. The way she talk, walk, act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once she hooked up with him, because I've been following her since she's turned pro, and we talked about it on here. She can say what she wants. She is night and day, man. And I'm not saying she was always a little chippy, mouthy, but not what we're seeing right now. Big Gwoat. She wasn't Big Gwoat. She was the 2-time gold medalist with confidence who'd whip your ass. Now she's Big Gwoat, the villain, the one who disrespects everyone. Young and old and in between, she doesn't care. And that's why she's in the position she's in right now. And you got women from all 7 continents that are rooting for her to lose, but they don't want to pay to see her lose. They just want to see her lose and get humbled and shut that big mouth up. And so,
but you know what? I want to see her lose too, and I never wanted to see Claressa lose. But I want somebody to beat her ass.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do, because Claressa needs to be humbled. Somebody needs to humble her. And I don't know if Kaye Scott. I watched a couple of her fights just recently here just to see who she was. She could fight. I don't know if she's going to be able to take Claressa down, because Claressa got a lot of anger in her right now. So, I don't know, but I think they should have got somebody else. You know, I think Claressa should fight some competition. She's not fighting competition. You know, I mean, it's like she's padding the books. Why would you do that? You know, you so bad, if you could beat everybody, you could beat anybody, then fight the best. That's what boxing is about. And you're not fighting the best. And I'm going to tell you something else. You so rich. You rich and we poor. Why did you only pay $1,500 on your grandmother who raised you? Her funeral. You wouldn't even put that woman in a church. You wouldn't even pay for a church. They couldn't even afford a church for her grandmother's funeral. They had it at the funeral home.
Oh, it was at the funeral home?
Funeral home, and it only cost $5,000, $5,500 to, and her grandmother isn't even buried right now. Her grandmother is still out here cold because they can't afford to put her in the ground, because Claressa ain't paid no money. That's a damn shame. You out here calling people poor. I was poor, and I'm not poor now, but I would never call nobody poor. Because you know what? I'll never forget where I came from.
Oh yeah. No, I'm tracking with you on that. Yeah, I totally understand that.
I don't like Claressa anymore. I'm gonna tell you, but I really I just want to get on here and really talk about her grandmother, because you know that's a cold mess what she did here, and then she fronted her sister at the airport. Talk about I gotta pay TSA, I gotta stand in line for TSA because she don't have TSA. Go through TSA, walk on the other side, and let your sister come through. Why you gotta get on the internet and talk like that?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's crazy. I don't understand that shit. I don't understand it. I'll be honest with you. I sit here and I listen to people call in. I just shake my head because I got my own values and I got the way I see things, and I can rub people the kind of way because I have very high standards and expectations. But when it comes to that kind of situation, boy, like, I don't see why it's a problem for people to come together to make sure that something like that goes off without a hitch. I don't understand. Like, I can't make sense of it. And it really gets under my skin. That's why I don't say a lot, because I'll start cussing. Because I just don't understand. You know, I don't get it. And that's why I feel bad for Charlita, because she hit me up and everyone's telling me what she's going through. But she hit me up and I had an opportunity to go back and forth with her. And now I feel bad, man. That shit messes with my energy, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It really does. Because I don't like it.
Charlita speaks a lot of the truth about Claressa. You know, she speaks a lot of truth about her. I mean, you know, they got a lot of drama in their family, period. But Charlita, she does speak truth about Claressa, and Claressa tells a lot of lies.
Yeah, I believe what Charlita says. She may get something mixed up here and there every now and then, but she tells the truth. She don't care. Whatever you think about me, she don't care. I think she tells the truth.
She does. Well, a lot of it is the truth. You know, a lot of it is the truth. Now, you know, some of the stuff, you know, you can almost say is suspect with her when she talks about how much damage she done to people. But I don't think none of them have really done a whole lot of damage to anybody, because if in Saginaw and Flint, we'd have heard about that. So I don't know that that's the truth, you know, but I just say Claressa she's doing women boxing a disfavor. You know, this is not what women boxing want. This is, you know, I can't wait for August the 15th to see what's gonna happen there. You know, because like I say, I agree with you, either it's genius or it's just crazy. Yeah. And something gonna happen being there, I think, because them baddie women, she don't know them. And you know, she was beefing with that one girl, Tashiki.
Yeah.
She was beefing with her at first. Now you need her. She was opportunist. Claressa all over the place.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the fact that everyone keeps saying Claressa, she out here bragging like she Big Willie style with the money and shit, but she flying coach. I mean, she been flying coach for quite some time. Is that a sign that the money just isn't there, and that maybe people are being unfair to Claressa? Like, hey, she flying coach. She must not have the money like she says she does. How can they expect her to just pull money out and, you know, resolve different?
She don't have the money. She don't have the money. I'm gonna tell you that. If you had the money, you see her spending is slowed down, right?
Yeah, big time.
Okay. Then you seen her out there selling stuff right out of her house, right out of her kitchen. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does mess like that? The money is not there. I mean, maybe they did give her $3 million, you know, on her last fight, you know, promotions or whatever. She got maybe she got $3 million. But I think Claressa only got about $1 million. And I think most of that is ate up. Because she could not afford to even bring her sister and her sister child. She made her sister child stay home. And that hurt that kid to his heart. That child couldn't come to his grandmother's funeral. That's crazy. Is
that what the word is? That the child was?
Yeah, that's what the word is going around. Yep. She wouldn't bring that boy. She brought her sister, but she wouldn't bring her sister's child.
Yeah, that's what they were saying last night. They had to stay home, but I didn't know that the children were hurt because they wanted to go.
Yeah, they were hurt. They wanted to go. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know all that. That's crazy.
That was the matriarch of their family, you know. That lady, you know, I mean, like, you know, the other lady was saying Claressa had it hard. Yeah, she had it hard, but I'm gonna tell you something else. It's a whole lot of us who had it hard out here that didn't have grandmothers to come in and pick up some of the pieces. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my own since I was 15 years old. I had to strike out on my own and get my own place and everything. And I've been handling business since I was 15 years old. That's why I say Chris ain't had it as bad as she want to paint that picture. But she did have it bad. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't bad. I'm just saying people have had it worse than her. But they ain't out here doing this. And then you make it as big as you made it, and you tear it all down systematically by yourself. It's like you just dismantled your whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I got, though, really.
Okay, well,
But I appreciate you, though. I really do.
No, I appreciate you because I like to, now Claressa, everyone know that she rubbed me wrong with disrespecting the Ali family and all the chaos she's caused, but I have a lot of respect for fighters because I know what fighters go through. That's why I always come out here and I'm like the balance because I'm like, I know people don't like her, but some people don't really understand the boxing piece. But when I look at it now, it's become hard to even talk about how great she was as a fighter because even when it comes to that, that seems to be falling off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, how great is she if she ain't fighting nobody?
Yeah, it's even that's falling
my
off.
problem with her. How great are you? Because see me, I'm really like a. I see you talking.
Who?
Oh, I thought you was talking.
Now don't look at the TV because yeah, that's delayed. We talking real time.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm saying how great is she if she ain't gonna fight nobody? Like as you all these people that she done fought that she said she beat. I beat them. Well, yeah, you beat them, but you beat them when they were young. Now every fight they get better. So, if you don't really follow boxing, people don't know that every fight you get better. So why not rematch them? Give them a rematch. And say, hey, yeah, I'm the real Gwoat. She ain't really even out here hollering at Gwoat right now because everybody looking at her and looking at her record and Sereno's record too.
Oh yeah,
Because her record better than hers.
Yeah. Serrano, Katie Taylor.
Serrano, yeah, her record better than Claressa's record.
Those women have put some work in, man. They put some work in, and they've never tailored off and start taking easy fights. It's easy to have an argument or a debate on who really is the who's better and whose resume is better. But Serrano and Katie Taylor to me are a notch above Claressa Shields.
No, they're not. I think they're better than Claressa, and I think Claressa needs to fight both of them.
I said a notch.
You want to fight older people? Go and fight them.
I said I think they're a notch above her resume wise. But as far as fighting, I mean, it'll never happen. They're too small. Claressa's a 5'9", 5'10", Conan the Barbarian type chick, man. She ain't even at 160. That's what I said at 160. I think Kaye Scott has the opportunity of a lifetime because I think even at 160, that may be too small for Big Gwoat right now. She's not a small woman and she's more mature now as far as her age. She's not in her early 20s. And you know better than me about a woman's body. I mean, you can see the weight settles in her hips and legs. So I can only imagine how she's going to feel at 160. The idea of her getting to 154, I just think it's impossible. But hey,
yeah, I see. I don't think that's why I don't think that Alicia Baumgartner, I don't think she's gonna ever fight her because she's too small, but I do think there's fighters out there now that can fight her, but Claressa gotta come down in her weight because she waited herself out, gaining all that weight. She did that on purpose to get them belts and go up there and do all of that, try to make herself great. But what she really did was made herself look really bad.
Right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to take some more of these calls, all right?
All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye now.
Yep. All right. Let me see. Who's next? B Asia. There's a bunch of calls coming in, but let me call B Asia. I give y'all one call and I move to the next number, But yeah, that's interesting. Shalita is the granddaughter. So yeah, her son and Claressa are great grand. Yeah.
What's up, Hood?
Yo, what up?
Let me turn this down because it is delayed.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you were still talking to the lady. Listen. You watched her movie, right? Yeah, you watched Claressa's movie.
Yeah. I watched it.
Right. And so when they're talking about and she had a documentary some years before that movie. All right? And then they're talking about the diary and release, and it was an audio recording. That's I can't say for sure, but that sounded like that was her talking from that documentary. But either way, what I got out of it in the movie, And in that documentary, before the movie, she refused to change. She said, I'm not going to change for somebody to like me. Right? Remember in the movie when one of the ladies was having a photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
And Claressa in the movie was watching that with one of the ladies that was with her during the fight when she was in the Olympics, right? And she said she's not changing. She's not changing for anybody. So that's the mindset. That's the mindset of her when she was in the Olympics. That's the mindset of her after she got those 2 gold medals into that documentary. I'm not going to change. So who we see right now is a Claressa Shields without bumpers, without bumper cars around her, without people around her to guide her in the industry. People took their hands off of her, and you can tell. And whatever she had going on before Papoose helped chase away the rest of the people that kind of had a hand in her guidance with her career.
Why do you think he did that? So he can remove the hands that were guiding her, so he can put his hands in the cookie jar.
Of course, come on. And he says it himself. She didn't know how to conduct. I'm not gonna say conduct, but if you watch that Drink Champs interview with Papoose up there with Saigon,
yeah,
you watched that interview, right?
I watched some of it. Yes.
So he tell you how he went up in there to help her with the contracts, but of course, within him helping her, he's gonna help himself.
Yeah.
This is not about Papoose though, because who we see was there before Papoose. And it's not the first time she acted like that in a funeral or involving a funeral. Because I watched some months ago where one of Tony's relatives had passed away. And she had control over that with the money. You give the wrong person power, they're going to misuse it. They're going to misuse that. They're going to mishandle everybody around them. And money is power to her. Whatever little bit of money that she does have, she uses that. And people cling to her because of the money. And she chooses to be around people that have less than her to make her feel powerful. Are there any therapists in the chat? Correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
But this is who she is. We've been seeing this for a long time, but this is who she is without anybody around. That's like having a dog in the house, and you keep the dog in the house, and then you just say, all right, I'm going to let the dog out. And that dog going to run circles around the yard until it gets tired. It's going to run wild.
Right.
Right now, what we seeing her do is run wild until she crashes.
Right.
That's just how I see it.
All right.
But somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring something else up, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
We throw that word narcissist around a lot, right? But you don't know a narc until you've actually dealt with one. Even therapists, they really can't diagnose a narcissist until they actually have experienced something like that. They'll keep misdiagnosing a narcissist until they figure out that a narc is really a narc. And that takes time. But for anybody that's ever dealt with a narcissist, you know what that is, because after you deal with one, you really want to know what that was that you were dealing with. And then once you identify with it, you can literally pinpoint, that is what I was dealing with. That's a narcissist. And I've dealt with a couple of narcissists, which ended up sending me to the therapy channels. Okay, so you know that's where I am with her. She's not going to change. Narcs don't change till they crash, and then even then, they still don't. But I'm going back in the chat.
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, one.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say something. So we got a couple interesting bodies in the chat. They think people are being biased. Where am I at here? 682. I'm about to call you back. There you go, right there. Calling 682 back. It says, "But man, boy, anybody's welcome to call in here, and don't expect this ain't a." Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Hood?
I'm good. Hey, what you got, man?
Oh man, I had a question because I know you be up on everybody, so I had a question for you.
Yeah.
See if you can break it down for me. The question I had was, you know, when Claressa, she was trying to bait Layla to come back.
Yeah.
And then for some odd reason, you know, they came up with that $15 million just for Layla, right?
Right.
So my question is, like now she would win records. They gave her a deal for multiple fights for $8 million, and that's multiple fights. But with Layla, it was $15 million. So to me, it seemed like the bag is going down, it's shrinking, or somebody lying about something.
Yeah, there was never 15 million. Never.
It wasn't 15 million?
Nah, I got that from the source. Yeah, there was no 15 million, man. But they did want to fight because that money, that 15 million, 20, 30, 40 million, it would have surfaced. You know, fighting Layla, there would have been all kind of people interested in making that fight with Layla coming back, fighting someone like Claressa Shields. You better believe because there were a lot of people who were interested before. This is what happened with all that. Layla, back around COVID time, she was seriously considering coming back to fight Claressa Shields. There were a lot of negotiations and talks about the fight. It was real. Claressa and her team weren't privy. They weren't privy to all this, but it was very real. She was very serious. And COVID happened, and it just all kind of left it alone. But as far as that 15 million, they ain't had no 15 million for no damn Layla Ali. But it would have surfaced. Somebody would have come on board and put that money up.
Okay, that was bogus then. They sure had that big old chick sitting back there talking about they had it waiting on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that.
All right, Hood.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to you.
All right, my man.
All right, later. Okay. Who was that? Let me see. Let me take care of this real quick. Okay. 209. Let me call you back, 209. But yeah, there was never no 15 million, man. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you all that right now. There was never no damn 15 million. They out there trying to bring that street hustle mentality. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm calling in, and I hear a lot of people that are saying that Claressa has her personality disorder is diagnosed wrong. Claressa has borderline personality disorder.
Break that down for us.
She's not a narcissist. She has borderline personality disorder, and it's coming from her trauma.
But break that down. Borderline personality disorder. Break that down.
It's borderline. It's not. We throw narcissist. I'm sorry. It's borderline. I'm a therapist, and she has borderline personality disorder.
But explain that to people who don't know what that means.
Well, it's from trauma. A lot of us have childhood trauma, and she has a lot of childhood trauma. And what it does is she has the severe emotional instability. She has impulsive behavior and the distorted image. You can see how she tries to be like Remy and anybody around her. She doesn't, she looks at herself as these people, and she's not these people. And a lot of people need to understand, stop throwing around. This is something that they keep throwing around, 3-point narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. Know what it is. It's not, it's borderline.
So what we're seeing is her assuming the role of someone that she's not. Why is she doing that? I know she said about the trauma, but why does she go into these different roles trying to be this person or that person? Are these just identities she creates in her mind? What is that?
These are identities she creates in her mind. But you can look at her mood swings and how she goes from one thing to the other. She clearly sees herself as these people, and she wants to be these people because these are imaging. And she doesn't have that image. Every time you look on Facebook or you look on YouTube or Twitter or whatever about Claressa, it's always something negative. And she's trying to clearly change that negative. And when people do stuff like her cousin, she punishes them. That's what borderlines do. When you do something negative to them, they punish you. And she punished her cousin by not allowing her cousin to go to her grandmother's funeral. And that's what a borderline does.
Okay. Is there any way a borderline can get in front of the disorder to become a better person?
There is, but they have to go to therapy. They have to be willing to go to therapy. And even going to therapy, they will punish their therapist. If their therapist calls them out on something, they will cancel the therapy, and then they'll make another session, and then they'll cancel it. It's just certain things that they do, but she has to be willing to go into therapy. Nobody can make you go to therapy. You have to want, and you have to be willing to do it.
Right. Somebody was asking, what are the traits that a person shows that would indicate they have borderline personality disorder?
Well, impulsive behavior. Impulsive behavior, severe mental instability. It's all shown. Everything that she's doing is showing it. And she'll blow up her whole world just to have that experience of feeling like she's something that she's not. She has that abandonment from her family, from her childhood, from her mother, and from her father. She has that. She creates all kinds of chaotic relationships. So chaos has to be in her life. And that's why she says she's not going to change. That chaos has to be there. She's not used to being at that homeostasis level. She has to have chaos.
So does BPD overlap with narcissism?
I don't think she's narcissistic.
You don't think
so? That you guys throw that out. I'm a therapist. I don't believe she's narcissistic. I haven't had her in front of me in the room, but the behavior that she displays that I watched is borderline. And you need to look into borderline personality disorder, not narcissist.
Okay. It almost sounds like you're saying you hear a person speaking Spanish and think everybody come from Mexico, but yes, they're speaking Spanish, but this one from Puerto Rico, this one from Mexico, this one from the Dominican Republic. You look at Claressa, yes, there's some signs there. There was some pre-existing drama, and she does have this kind of behavior, and it may look like this, but really that's not what it is. So I'm tracking with you. Okay, that's why a lot of people who talk about narcissistic behavior, they have other therapists who've called in and they say it's malignant. I think they said malignant narcissistic behavior. And now you're saying you could understand how someone may think that, but really, it's, in your opinion, it's closer to what did you say, BPD, bipolar personal disorder?
No, borderline.
Borderline personal disorder. Oh, okay. Interesting, man. So you've been following Claressa Shields' situation?
I've been following her, and she's going to crash out in a way that it's going to hurt her whole career. And they get on this Facebook, they get on these platforms, and they continue to antagonize her. And something's going to happen to her really bad because she's not going to be able to pull it back together. All that trauma and all that stuff from her childhood, from her teenage, or whatever occurred in her life, it's going to come to a head and it's going to pop. And people are going to look like, we should have did this, and we've seen this, but we just talk about it. Somebody needs to get her in the room. And I don't think that the person that she's involved with right now is taking that into account. They're only about self.
Yeah, they're probably not even thinking along the lines of how you are thinking and how we're in the discussions we're having in the chat. So what happens long term to somebody based on your experience, who has something like BPD, if they don't get it treated, I mean, do they eventually just have this huge blow up on any and everybody? Do they become suicidal, or what happens?
Being a boxer, it can be dangerous for anybody around her, because her get back is, and she's shown her get back with her cousin, is to punish that person that's done something to her. So Pap may think he's doing something, but in the long run, if he doesn't do what she wants him to do, she's gonna punish him.
She's gonna punish Pap.
And she's done that in other relationships.
Okay, what are different things they do to punish people in a relationship when they want something and they're not doing it?
Well, she shows up at places she's not invited to.
Oh.
She crashes places she's not invited to. She makes them feel awkward. She will make them, he's trying to run away from her here, but she continues to show up there. Uninvited. And at some point, it's going to come to a head where he may be hurt by her. I hate to say that.
He may be hurt by her. That's what everybody is saying, like a fatal attraction type deal.
It is a fatal attraction.
Oh, it is?
That's exactly what it is.
So you're seeing...
And he's playing with the money, but he doesn't know that her mind is not stable.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's very concerning. So he doesn't realize he could be in danger. Is Papoose in danger then? Or?
Well, it all depends on where her thought process is. And we're seeing it unravel in front of us. We're seeing that unravel in front of us.
Yep. So what happens if he's not acting right and she just transitions to another man instead of sitting there suffering and grieving over him not acting right? She just goes to another man. Is that how some people with borderline personality disorder, is that some way they handle it?
Not until they finish punishing you.
Oh, they got to punish you.
They got to finish punishing you because they're rejected. It's like the people saying the white fatal. I can't even think of the movie, but it's just like that. Until they finish punishing you, they're not going to leave. They're going to do everything they did because you promised them something, and they're looking for this. And that trauma, that childhood trauma, is revisited over and over again. So you become that enemy.
Is this why she keeps going at content creators too and fans the way she does? Because
she really doesn't. What she's getting is thrill. They don't understand that she doesn't care what you say. She's getting a thrill about that. Oh. You're not even on her level at this time. Her main thing is what her focus point is Pap. So whatever you say to her, she's not listening. It has to be somebody, like you say. They should have those actors. They should have those sports people go to therapy. They need her in therapy. And they should demand her go to therapy if she's going to be boxing.
Okay, somebody wants me to ask you this, and we'll continue talking about the therapy. Jessica B says, Hood, ask her if buying a two-door Corvette after Remy dropped a song, buying Van Cleefs, Louis Vuitton, renting Bentleys are impulse traits.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. It's an impulsive behavior. Yeah.
So why does somebody do something like that? Just go and just spend money recklessly? I don't understand that. Can you help me understand? Because even I was like,
when I say distorted image, it's her image. It's what she sees that makes her look good in front of this person.
Okay.
It's not about the world. It's about Pap. So whatever that image makes her look good in front of Pap, she's going to do it. You see, she's on a baby. I don't even think he can have kids. But if he could have kids, I don't think he's going to have one with her. And that might be the total, the last trigger for her. So she's going to have to go to therapy. I'm just keeping it real. She's going to have to talk to somebody about this.
Right.
All that childhood trauma of who she thought she was, envisioned herself to be, she made it, but she's still dealing with that childhood trauma.
Damn. You know what, man? You came in here and you dropped some gems tonight, man. So what are some other things because we've talked about that. Okay, so explain this. Does that have anything to do with her not wanting to pay for the funeral, to wanting to block her cousin from coming to the funeral, from them not wanting to have the kids show up at the funeral? Is that also signs of, again, it goes back to the image she wants to portray as someone being controlling? What is it? What does that, or you're like, no, that's...
She wasn't going to pay for that funeral. She did all that other stuff to get back at the family.
That's
She
what.
wants to be seen as something. She was never going to pay for that funeral. How she treated her sister at the airport, how she treated her cousin sister, how she, all the things that she did. She came there for imaging of her, making her feel like she, she's
A
this
big shot.
high level person and
Yeah.
they're beneath her. But she really didn't care about what was going on there.
Do you think somebody with borderline personality disorder should be boxing?
I don't think she should be boxing.
Okay.
But most therapists they can give their opinion unless that client is in front of them. They give what they see.
Right. No, I'm tracking, and I'm glad you called in anonymously. You know what I'm saying, because you get to really be open here and help us understand some of the stuff we're seeing. So I appreciate you framing it the way you have. Yeah, that's crazy, because it's funny that what you're saying. There are a lot of callers who come in and just as observers. They're not educated like you are in this, and we're all saying kind of the same things. Like, why she's doing it? Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of that. Or she shouldn't be fighting. And you come and you just package it up. A year of conversation here in the last 10 minutes, saying a lot of the things that we've been saying. So it's interesting, man. So what do you think happens next for her? We got the whole world rooting for her to lose. Is that something she wants? She wants the attention, whether it's good or bad. She's okay with it.
She wants the attention, whether it's good or bad. If the attention comes off bad for Pap being involved in it, and he takes a negative outlook on it, you're going to see what's going to happen.
Okay, so when it comes to observers, they're safe. She'll still lash out at them, but the people who are close to her, that's the people
Correct.
who. Okay.
Correct.
That almost seems unfair, because if you got someone close to you who you're supposed to care about, why would you want to hurt them more than these strangers who you feel are trolling you every day? Like, what's the disconnect there?
The disconnect is the fatal attraction.
Fatal attraction.
It's a fatal attraction. And that disconnect is, I care less about what the outside says. It's the person that I'm fatally attracted to that I care most.
Claressa need to talk to you, because
No,
you said she said, hell no, Hood, don't send my number over. I'm gonna call in no caller ID next time. Nah.
Okay.
No, it's just when we hear you, it's like, how come there's no one out here with the credentials like you that her team hasn't tried to line her up with? So explain that. What happens
Her
if
team
someone
just cares about the money? They know what's going on with her. They have a closer eye on her. All they care about is the money. They don't have anybody that actually cares about this young lady. They care about the money. Until the money is gone, and then she's going to be left there with an untreated diagnosis that can actually, harm somebody, because it comes out to harming somebody.
What happens if Claressa gets in here on August 15th? The whole arena is rooting for Kaye Scott to beat her, and Kaye Scott beats her. She loses. What happens to the person with borderline personality disorder like Claressa Shields? What does she do?
She's going to continue to act out online. She's going to continue to act out online. She's going to continue acting like she's oblivious to everything. I keep telling you, when Pap has a negative affect for her behavior, that's when things change totally for her and how she's going to treat him.
But if she loses, she's just going to continue business as usual, just like, or is she going to
usual, acting out online, saying things that are, unkiltered to other people. She's going to continue to do that. It's when Pap walks out that door, and he needs to understand that his safety is walking out that door. It's like being in a domestic violence relationship. The unsafe part is when that person decides to walk out. And he doesn't see that. He thinks money, money, money. All money ain't good money.
Right. Man, that is interesting, man.
I just want to call in and just put that out there. Please tell the people to stop always throwing out borderline personality.
You should stop throwing out narcissism.
Narcissist. Stop throwing out narcissists. I apologize. Stop throwing out narcissists.
Before you get off, do you mind if I ask you, like, what do you have? A master's degree, PhD, or what do you have in was it psychology, clinical counseling? What's your?
I have a PhD.
PhD. Okay. So I tell you what, you need to call back, every couple of days and give us this give us a little breakdown because I really enjoyed you hearing from you. Don't be a stranger.
No problem.
Yeah, all right. You take care, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. That was the call right there, man. Very interesting call, man. I'm make sure I know who that is. Yeah. So borderline personality disorder. Let me call these two numbers back because I see people are calling in right now. I'm gonna call y'all back. I'm calling you back right now. I call one time and that's it. After that, I don't call back again.
Hello.
Hey, Hood Champion, how you doing, sweetheart?
Hey. I was listening to the therapist, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think that she did have a borderline personality disorder, like as a child, but she is a grandiose narcissist. She likes to be seen. She needs it. It's all about self, and grandiose narcissists lack empathy, which is why she could not understand what was the issue with Charlita going to see her grandmother. She is a full-blown narcissist. She puts everything in your face and she will make you pay. And Pat, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Pat said he had, different properties here and there.
Yeah.
If you notice, when she's in New York City, she's always in a hotel. And he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose because he knows when she crashes out, she gonna crash out.
Yeah.
And, go ahead, honey.
Now let me just say something real quick. Charlotte, thanks for the $10. I will reach out to the therapist in a text message and ask her why she believes it's not narcissism. She broke it down, but I will reach out to her so she can text me and I'll read it to you. But thanks for the $10. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Yes. So during the formative years, somewhere between 12 and 18, they will list you as borderline, but she's a full-grown adult, and she is a grandiose narcissist. She wants to be seen, whether it's good or bad. She lies, and she lacks empathy for other people. That is a major red flag. Now, you will have people with borderline personalities who are evil or they lie, but there's still a sense of compassion and empathy there for those people. Claressa does not have any empathy for anybody. If it's not her, she does not see it. She doesn't. That's why she calls out how many bills she pays for everybody. That's why she left her sister. I really feel like she wanted her sister to fight her cousin Shalita, and her sister was like, "No, like this is grandma's funeral. Why would I be doing that? Why would I be causing chaos?" And because she didn't agree with her, she kicked her out the car. Shalita said, the sister said she took her stuff out the car. She is a full-blown narcissist. And Pap is a covert narcissist. The covert narcissist is the quiet one. They don't want to be grandiose. A lot of times they'll be in the background, but they have a horror story. Oh, woe me. If you ever know somebody, woe me, and they don't think about their actions, that's a narcissist. Woe me. This happened to me. They did this to me. They did that to me. No, you did that to yourself. And this is one of the reasons why when she comes to New York, she is never in his homes, because at this point, when he leaves her, when that money is gone, he's going to leave her and she is going to crash out, and he wants to be in places where she cannot find him. It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. It's crazy, actually, man.
It's sad. She really needs to be on medication. She doesn't need a therapist. She doesn't need a psychologist. She needs a psychiatrist, someone who can medicate her, because she needs to be on medication. And I do think that if she was on medication and she worked out, that would be really good for her. So she do her therapy, she talks it out, and then she works it out. That is a really good regimen for her. But she's she's going off with this married man, trying to have his baby, because what did Remy Ma say? When I call, he comes. When I call, he comes. So she wants that position. Okay, if I have a baby, he doesn't have an excuse not to be around me anymore. Or when he goes to New York, I can go with him and our child can go with him because now we're a family. So she is trying to control everything. She is a full-blown, grandiose narcissist.
But she did say, remember, I asked her, I said, so does borderline personality disorder and narcissism overlap? And she said yes. But she said, but she did say it's BPD, is what she said.
It does overlap. Usually in your, like I said, your formative years between 12 and 18, they'll give you the borderline personality diagnosis. But she is a full-blown woman. She's a narcissist.
Right. It does say here, because I looked it up. It says symptoms often begin early adulthood for borderline personality disorder. But she, hey, the person called in, PhD therapist. So who knows? She did say, you got to have somebody in front, but she believes it's BPD, and you're saying you believe it's
No, she's a narcissist. She does, and this is why she is a chameleon, because she doesn't have a sense of self.
Right.
So she has a sense of self-importance, like I'm this, I'm that, but she doesn't know what that looks like. This is why she can put on other people's personalities. Like she's dressing like Remy Ma. Then she had the exchange with Cameron, who completely ignored her out of respect for Papoose. Now she was dressing like his ex-girlfriend. She has no sense of self. She thinks that she's important, but she has no self of self. She doesn't know who she is yet. And unfortunately, people like Papoose and the people on her team, they just want her money. Even her family just want her money. I think she really needs to disconnect herself from her family. Okay, I bought the house. Y'all pay the mortgage. Okay, I bought this. Can y'all pay the bills in this house? Can y'all get a regular job and get this covered? She really needs to disconnect from those people because it feeds her narcissistic supply. You need me.
Right.
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this house.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have this car.
Right. No, I'm tracking with you.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, she could have both. I'm telling you, I remember going to see a mental health provider, and I had my little PTSD. I had a little depression, and I was OCD. Mm-hmm. So you can wear several hats. And it is saying here a person can have both narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. This is called having comorbid disorders, meaning two mental health conditions occur at the same time. So I think you're both right.
Yes, I definitely think that she might have been in her formative years, somewhere between 12 and 18, was diagnosed with borderline personalities because, unfortunately, therapists do not like to give children narcissistic diagnosis. They don't. But what happens is when you become an adult, it becomes real apparent that this person is narcissistic. And she's grandiose, and Pep is covert, which is why he refuses to let that lady in his house. He knows she's going to crash out and it's going to be bad. He knows. Remy Ma wanted him out the house, which is why she outed the relationship.
What do you think happens if Papoose just happens to let Claressa come to New York and finally come to one of his entities or domiciles? What do you think happens if Claressa, if he let her in the goddamn crib? What do you think happens?
She is going to crash out.
But why? Why?
Because she needs to have control over everything. She doesn't have control over Papoose family. So she's going to play nice. But if something comes out and he says, I no longer want to be with this woman, I choose another woman, or I choose to go back to my wife, she's going to crash out.
Oh, so if she knows where he lives, she'll just pop up unannounced.
Up. Yes. It's a control mechanism. This is why she's always in a hotel when she's in New York. I don't think that Papoose is lying when he says he has multiple properties. He has places to stay. She don't know about them though, because that's where he brings his kids. He brings his children. That's another reason why she wants a baby. She wants to be able to control that whole area of his life, and she can't. She can't at this point because she has no children by him. Some people get kids to control the other person. You have to be by me. You have to be with me. Wherever I go, you go. How are you going to see your daughter? Oh, let's bring our son. Let's bring our daughter. She's trying to create a control mechanism. She has it over her family. She doesn't have it over Pap's family. That's why he keeps flying back and forth.
Yeah. So what's your background? You got a background in mental health, or you just?
Yes, I do. I do have a mental health. Yes, and my bachelor's is in psychology, and I do have clients. So
Okay.
that's why I said she did probably have a diagnosis as borderline personality when she was a teenager, somewhere between 12 and 18. But the narcissist, the grandiose narcissist, they loud, they're rude, they need to be seen, everything needs to be about them, and they lack empathy. That's the major sign. They lack empathy. These are the people you can get shot right in front of them, and they'll act like they're the victim because they got blood on them. It's disgusting. It's sad. And like I said, Pat is a covert narcissist. He's quiet. He's sneaky. But he knows exactly what he's doing. And there's this, oh, she did this to me. Oh, she did that to me. No. Easy to Block Captain did exactly what you did to Tony. Because Claressa was engaged to Tony when her and Pat started dating. So how are you a victim? How is your wife a whore and you were doing the same exact thing?
Whoa,
they need to stop lying.
The whore, where the whore thing come from?
That's what I'm saying. So he basically tried to paint a picture.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
But he was doing the same exact thing.
Okay, I see you making a point.
Yes,
okay.
yes. So you gonna knock this man teeth out because he's dating your
and
wife.
You doing the same
who
thing.
You haven't sex in 2-3 years, but you don't think about Tony. Clarissa was his fiance. So how are you a victim? So grandioses, it's all about me. It's all about what I want. Everybody needs to be on my team. Everybody needs to agree with me. If you don't agree with me, you don't like me. They don't believe in constructive criticism. They do not believe in that. Which is why even if she goes to therapy, she's probably not going to listen. And then the covert, which is Pat, this person did this to me, this person did that to me, this person will backdoor you. You're the person who's backdooring another man. Shut up. Shut up. You want to be the victim. Shut up. Y'all both lying. So I do agree with the caller. She does need therapy, but the people around her, nah. If she gets healed, she might not want them around.
So, Claressa and Pat both, you feel are both grandiose narcissists? Or just
Claressa
one?
is the grandiose narcissist. See me. It's all about me. He is the covert narcissist, the quiet one, the victim.
Right.
Woo, 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 me.
Right.
You're lying. And they both lying. They both lying. I do hope she gets healed. I'm a black woman. I hope she gets healed. I really, really do. whatever's going on with her cousins, her sisters, they need to stop it. I don't even know why Papoose would, and this is how I know Papoose don't really want a baby with her, because look at her family. No psychologically sane man will bring a child in that world with that family. None. None. She's not just hood, they're dysfunctional. No man is thinking that. No man. Would you do that? I don't think you would have a if you was 31 years old, would you have a child with that lady? No.
Nah, that won't be happening and shit. Hood champion won't be pitching no wool over there about no Flint, Michigan goddamn nanny and shit. I don't need no little Hood Gwoat Jr. running around nowhere. Ain't no way. Can't even get a down payment on a free lunch from Hood Champion shit. Hell no. Can't even pick up dog shit out of my yard. No way. Hell no.
Exactly. He's just gonna be with her till the money run out. And every year I'm having a baby. Nope. Every year I'm having a baby. Doesn't happen. Every year I'm having a baby.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Supposed to happen 2 years ago, this year, now next year. It's crazy.
It's crazy. He doesn't want to have a child with her. He just wants to use her. He wants to use her. It's a woo me. I needed this. That's why Remy said, oh, that's his next come up. That's why she outed him out. So she can get him finally out the house. You know, when a woman is done, she done. She packed your clothes up. She was done. She's not jealous of anything. She done. She done. And then I heard that Pat told her not to do MMA fighting, which I think was a really big catastrophe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was crazy to me. He says, I want you to work in this area and this area only. Because MMA fighting is a lot of training, months, weeks, so much. And she would have been better prepared. Even if she didn't do MMA fighting, even if she just did the training, she would have been well prepared for the next fight that she has. Because that training is rigorous. Right. He didn't want her to do that. So he's her, like someone said, it was like, he's her handler. He's quiet, but he's sneaky. He's her handler. Whatever Pap says goes. Yes, that's a covert narcissist, all right? They quiet. You don't hear nothing a lot from them, but they tend to own the room. And Claressa, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, she needs mental help. She doesn't understand it. She doesn't see it. We all see it. We all see it. She's 31. She's not a young lady. I'm a few years older than her. I would not put up with that bullshit.
No, I agree with you, man. It's just interesting to hear all the different phone calls and the people with the insight and opinions and perspectives. Yes. It's interesting for me to sit here and listen because I'd say the whole thing is interesting. I've been saying this for months. This shit's just interesting to me, you know. She's interesting.
It is. So the main thing I want to tell people, borderline personalities, yes. Between 12 and 18, young men and women are usually not giving narcissistic diagnoses. But you can see she's grandiose, and I think Pat is a covert narcissist. He's a leech. It's a woo me and a leech mentality. And he's 50 years old. It's not like he's 20.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's 20 trying to figure himself out. He should be helping his children figure themselves out. He hasn't even figured himself out yet. This is his personality, and it's not going anywhere. But I really feel bad for Claressa, because when he leaves that girl, he's going to go right to New York in one of those apartments or condos that she know nothing about. And he's going to stay there and hide out from her. And I pray to God that it doesn't happen. But I think it's happening. So right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for letting me speak.
Yeah, you're welcome. Call back anytime.
I appreciate you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Yeah, that was another good call. Let me call this person back real quick. 914, I'm calling you back right now. I call one time and that's it. I don't call back. So let's see 914.
Hood champion, you really calling me back?
Yeah, of course. You know I gotta show you love, man.
Oh my God, I'm talking to the Yo,
What's up?
Mr. Hood Champion, I love you so much. Let me just give you your praise first before
Okay.
I go about this shit with Claressa. Yo, Hood Champ,
Yeah.
I go to sleep, the first thing I do is put the TV on, go to YouTube. Did I miss something? Like, you're so real. You
You all right?
that real OG Hood Champion, and you're fine. Tell your wife she lucky. Because she got a fine-ass husband. Now I give you your praises.
All right.
Now let me go into this shit with Claressa.
All right.
This is what I believe. Like, she's not a narcissist. Claressa has split personalities. That's why she take on other people's identity. I worked on a psych ward. I'm a fucking nurse. I worked around crazy patients.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got this split personality, and when it's daylight, she all right, figuring out who she want to be. But when the sun go down, because you know, crazy people, when the sun go down, when it start getting dark, she's just like needs to be on the psych ward. Like, let me tell you something. I really can't have nothing bad to say about her. I think she's so damaged from her childhood. I think that she was molested, she said it, or she was raped as a child. I think that she want to have a baby, but maybe she needs to go get a tubal ligation, like clean your tubes. Maybe they blocked up. You was dealing with and screwing 3 or 4 different niggas at one time. But this is another thing. I'm going to tell you. She thought Pat. She saw the golden child. She been dealing with Pat for how many years? Oh, Pat gonna give me a baby. Pat gonna give me a baby. Guess what? I know he's fucking her without a condom. So evidently, I don't know. Or maybe he pulling out. I don't know. Or Pap is pulling out because he don't want to give her a baby, because at the end of the day, Pap give her a baby. Pap is so scared that the baby might come out with split personality.
I'm not laughing at that. Oh, God, give me the strength to not laugh at that
I
shit.
talk about shit.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No. Oh, God. Yeah, no, go ahead. No, I talk shit too. Go ahead. Oh,
so let me talk.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Pat know what he doing. Like I posted. I think it was what's the other nigga? Like Big Keys. What did he say? My name Big Keys and through the fist. Like Big Keys, Hood Champion. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You two motherfuckers, I'll sit up all night, all day, and just keep it on y'all channels. Like on back and forth. Big Keys be like, it's Big Keys in the house.
Right.
Like serious on some real shit. Let me just like so happy to have you on the phone. I love you.
Yeah, what took you so long to call in, man?
I called you. I did a call the other day, but when I realized when I sent the call in, you was tired. You had been on the line for like 2-3 hours. You did a whole overnight, and I got lost in all the calls. And you was going down the list saying, I gotta call this person back. I gotta call this person back. But you was going down the list. So now I got you on the phone.
Okay, well, now
this is what I'm gonna say too.
Yeah.
Keeping it real, this is Regina Sykes-Burrell from Long Island, New York.
Okay.
Bitch, straight New York. Left the Bronx. No, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, all of that. But I'm a Long Island girl. I'm one of those bougie bitches. That's why I can fuck with Remy. Yo, we could put a dress on and put on tins. That's what New Yorkers do. This is where Claressa's show fucked up. At the end of the day, you come from Flint. And then you went after a New York bitch with a gun. Thought you was gonna get away with beating that friend and fucking her husband. Remy blew it up. She did what a real New York bitch did. Papoose, you fell asleep on the phone. I'm putting this shit on social media. Nigga, she packed his clothes, and then she told Claressa, I didn't know how the nigga network.
That shit's crazy.
I just told Claressa came back and said, oh, Papoose is here remember when she did this post like, oh, Papoose is here. He was between my legs all night eating it. And see, Papoose didn't say a word.
Yeah.
You remember that post?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't even think the bitch know how to wash her underwear. So I think she's funky. And so Papoose eating that fishy. Funky. Nigga, that's why I see I won't go, because he that's all some fucking funky pussy.
That shit's crazy. Oh man.
She smelled funky. Remy smelled like roses. Remy is not innocent. Like, that's my girl. That's my girl. I love Remy. All the way before she even got locked up and all that shit. But at the end of the day, why did Remy really go to jail? There's a whole different story behind that bullshit. She did time for Pap. She took that fucking shit. She took that bed. And then you know what I love about Remy? Remy is flowing. She winning. She's out of bankruptcy. She's winning. And that's why she got that golden child. You think, but I watched the whole thing when the Knicks won the game and all that. And Remy was on the float. Mary J. Blige, French Montana. Papoose, you fucked up. Because if you had played your cards right, you could have been on that float too. New York don't fuck with Pap. But you see Remy? What's behind Remy? Motherfucking New York. You chose a flip, bitch. Now when you want to go to New York, you want to act like you're supposed to be treated like a fucking president. Like, just like, oh, I'm back in New York. Nigga, you gave up New York when you fucked Claressa, a Flint, Michigan, whatever Detroit bitch. You fucked the hood rat. Like, she just, like, then you want to fucking make diss records. You fucked up when you try to diss 50. Because you know 50 gonna clown you.
Right. What you think about Claressa and this upcoming fight, man? What do you think happens in that
I
fight?
think she took the fucking easy way out. That's why she didn't fight all of them other ones. She picked out Kaye Scott because, I don't know. I think, I'm going to tell you this shit. Claressa picked Kaye Scott out. But you know what? Until the fight happened, I don't know. Kaye might just fucking give her one of them Australian motherfucking punches. She might do that Australian shit. A fucking kangaroo.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Yo, Claressa, let me tell you something about Claressa. She is a great fighter. She is a great boxer. And she got so much talent. Like, she should be on everybody's TV, all on the billboards in New York, Flint, Michigan, everywhere. All you see is Claressa Shields' face.
Oh, really? Really? I didn't know
What
that.
did she do? What did she do? Instead of building her brand, she went and took up a married man, still not divorced from Remy. Pat gonna give me a baby. Pat gonna give me a baby. Pat was hiding in the corner with your fucking pocketbook and your ATM card. Going back and forth to the ATM machine. Now you're broke. She broke. That's why she didn't buy him tickets to go to the Knicks game. When her and Pat went to the BT Awards, and Pat's face was all screwed up. Let me tell you something.
What do you think was going on in his head? Because I never seen him.
You see how he was walking down here just looking fucking aggravated?
Yeah.
Yo, Remy Ma is so fucking unpredictable. He thought she was gonna be there and she was gonna get started. Remy Ma said, yo, I ain't even going to the BT Awards. I ain't got time for this shit. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? He was looking for Remy.
Oh, you think that's...
He thought Remy was gonna be there, some shit was gonna pop off. You don't see when he was walking down with Claressa, walking down the aisle, down to their seats? He think with what I'm saying. Remember, he kept looking to the side.
Yeah,
like his
yeah.
eyes. He was looking out for Remy and probably some fucking dogs, and thought Remy was going to jump his head and beat up his bitch. Remy too classy for that.
Mhm.
She said, let this nigga ride. When you gonna pick up your clothes?
Right.
She told Claressa, I know how your nigga network.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy though? Because I'm a woman, and like the shit is really not funny or just not even really laughing at Claressa. But my whole thing with Claressa was, you already said you tried to keep it down low. You wanted to hide. You and Papoose wanted to keep it a secret. But Remy went in their phone. Papoose fell asleep on the phone, and she put it on social media. But if Pap is your man, and you started fucking Pap when he wasn't with Remy, why would you want to hide? Because Pap was still in Remy's house, sleeping downstairs on a motherfucking couch, bitch. You fucked him while he was still living in his wife's house. Y'all wanted to hide it, and Remy blew it up. That's your man. Why the fuck y'all gotta hide? Like, niggas, what are you doing? Like, getting up underneath the comforter, like ducking the cameras and all that shit?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met Remy?
Oh, I used to go, like I said, I'm from New York.
Right.
I used to go to all Remy's concerts all before she went to fucking jail. I followed Remy like, that's my bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I'm not straight New York. I've only been down here in Georgia 8 months. I'm New York, New York, New York. I've been following Remy before even loving hip-hop, all of that. I followed her all the way when she got locked up and all of that shit, and like, yo, that's how far back I go with Remy. Remy is that, where I come from, Remy is a motherfucking queen. You might go down, but you're gonna bounce back. Nothing can keep Remy down. Now look, her body is fine. She's just beautiful. She's beautiful, and she fucking got back rich. And Pap is going sleeping. Probably, I don't know. Because where's his house at? Where's the properties that he got? He don't show no house. He don't show no property. So when he going to New York, where's he going? He going on his mother's fucking couch. Or he probably in Brooklyn hanging around with the niggas and sleeping on somebody's couch, crashing out. Where is his house at? Where's the properties at? Hood champion, you tell me. Do you know where they at?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I keep up more with the boxing. I let the people call in and fill in. How long you been following the channel?
How long I've been following you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I started following you when the whole shit hit the fucking shit with Claressa. Because I don't really let me tell you, I watch my soap operas, I watch the news, I watch the weather. What's the weather gonna be? I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I go on my phone and go on Google. What's the weather gonna be today in Georgia? Oh, what's the weather in New York? Because I like to go back and forth, but I live in Georgia, but New York is home. Like, right. I'm gonna go spend a whole month of August there. So what really brought me to these
creators,
you know, the content, yeah. What really brought me, like, looking at Boxing Ego, Hood Champion. I can't really deal with Battle Truth. I can't.
Right. Okay.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Boxing Ego and Hood Champion. Because I started following Battle Truth first, but he just get on my fucking nerves. He think he got to talk about himself. Like, he think his joke's funny. He's not even fucking funny.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's not funny. He's not even worth me. He's not even worth me just paying attention to the shit.
But what was it about my channel?
Say it again?
What was it about my channel that you liked?
You know what? When I went into your channel, first of all, you fine as fuck. I already told you that. You're a pretty motherfucker.
Okay.
You're gorgeous. But what I like about you is because you don't talk shit. You don't talk shit about nobody. You don't make jokes over nobody. You talk the truth. Your content is so real. Like, you don't be laughing at Claressa.
Nah.
Actually, at the end of the day, you really feel sorry for her.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a
you're real.
sad
Like,
situation.
You don't get on here like Big Keys do, or Battlefield be like, oh, bitch, you smell funky. Oh, you don't do that. You don't disgrace her. You just get on here and you keep it real. Like, yo, like, is this girl listening to Hood Champion? Are you listening to this real grown ass man, OG? Listen to him. But no, she want to get on there and be cursing all the content people out. Go on YouTube. Everybody hate her. Oh, she dark. Oh, you like Alicia Garden because she light skin. Bitch, it's not about the color of your skin, who you are, pretty or ugly. It's your fucking attitude.
Yeah, attitude.
Then you want to call everybody fucking broke, ugly, black, broke. But then you went on fucking YouTube and was putting on those hats. That shit, let me tell you something. That shit don't even come from Timo or Shine. That shit come from the Dollar Tree. Them sweatpants, like, the pink looked cute. But if you had to push it in the washing machine, yo. Matter of fact, I don't know. I think that Claressa Shields got short on money, and then you know how when celebrities get all of this free stuff delivered to them, and they get like boxes and boxes they deliver to celebrities. That shit was sitting in her garage, and the bitch needed money, and I think she decided, like, let me clean out the garage, let me go in the attic, go in the basement, let me get all these boxes. Because you see when she put that shit on YouTube, it was all in boxes. That was shit that she had sitting down in her house.
Yeah.
That was free, gave it to her. So she said, shit, I'm short of money.
Yeah.
Let me do a YouTube sale.
She's had that stuff for a couple of years, and I think she's just trying to get rid of it because fight coming up, all the attention's on her. You know, so what do you think about Kaye Scott, man? I mean, do you think with Claressa not being focused?
I think that, let me tell you something. I'm not going to say that Kaye Scott is going to win, but I'm going to tell you one thing. One for true, two for sure. I think she underestimated that white woman.
She underestimated it?
I think she underestimated Kaye Scott.
Well, I know she's familiar with her. They sparred before. They know each other. But I think with Claressa with her having to cut the weight and all the distractions going on in her personal life, I think Kaye Scott has a huge opportunity.
I think this is what I think when that fight happened. Like, I looked at the tickets when the tickets went up on pre-sale. They were like, oh, the pre-tickets or whatever. When I looked it up the first time, I'm like, she's right down the street, not long, 45 minutes away from where I live at. At that arena. So I looked up the tickets, so I was like, because I ain't fucking going, but I want to see how much the tickets is for. The pre-sale tickets was $65. So then I looked at all of the seats and seen the pre-sale tickets that people have bought. It wasn't even like 50 tickets. All of the seats is empty.
Yeah, somebody else was saying the same thing. They pulled it up. Are you
pulled it up.
Would you consider going to the event to see the undercard and everything?
Would I consider going to the event?
Yeah.
Only way I would go to that event if I was in the boxing ring with that bitch so I could beat it down like a fucking straight bitch.
I hear that, man. There's some more calls coming in, man. What else you got before I take these calls?
I love you, Hood Champion. Thank you for calling me.
Yeah, no problem. I'll call you back every time. Don't be a stranger.
I love you. Thank you.
All right, you take care. All right. Yeah, caller, how you doing? You there? Caller, you there? You there? All right, let me call the caller back. Yeah, that was a fun phone call. Let me call the caller back. Let me see. So the who's that? 914. Let me call you back. Make sure I'm getting everybody back. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this ain't the same number I'm calling back.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you're calling me back. You must really like my
Yeah. You know, I appreciate it. Now, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody, man. I'm sorry to
No,
play
you
that.
didn't miss me. It's Regina Sykes-Burrell.
All right.
Because you're the sexiest, prettiest OG, and you keep shit real and you don't talk shit. You talk the truth.
All right. I appreciate you.
Keep doing it.
All right. I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Okay. 914. The other one is 267. Where's 267? I'm trying to call you back. There we go. Right there. There we go. Go ahead. Yo. Hello.
Oh, hello. Hold on.
Yeah, mute your TV.
I know. I'm about a little behind in the thing. Hey, Hood, this is my first time calling.
Okay.
But when I was calling, I just want to make one point. I hope that Kaye Scott is like Tyson's, what's his name?
Buster Douglas.
Yes. That's what I hope. I want this upset. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping for. I want Kaye Scott to be Clarissa's Buster Douglas. That's all I call this day. And I enjoy your show. I don't write in the chat and stuff, but I watch you a lot, and I always like. But keep up the good work. I enjoy your channel.
Okay, why are you rooting for Kaye Scott to have a Buster Douglas moment?
Say it again.
Why are you rooting?
Why?
Yeah, why? Why do you want her to be Claressa?
I want Claressa to see that she's really not the Gwoat. I want Claressa to be humbled. She has a lot of ego, and with ignorance and arrogance to me. And it can come from her. As we learned, she has the borderline and the narcissist, whatever. But at a point in time, you rise and you can fall, but you get back up. But somebody need to put her on her butt, and maybe that would humble her.
I'll tell you what, if Kaye Scott is able to defeat Claressa Shields, I think this upset would be bigger than Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Buster Douglas could fight. He was a great fighter. Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson, so nobody expected.
Think about it. When they were in Tokyo, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Remember Mike Tyson was off that whole weekend?
Yeah, he was wilding out. He was buck wild in Tokyo. Buck wild.
And when he got in that ring, he was distracted, whatever, and Buster Douglas caught him. I watched it. I'm a big football and boxing fan. Now, I don't know the names, but I know the fighters. And I go all the way back from Leon Hart, Joe Frazier,
Spinks.
Ali, all that.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, we in our 50-50 club. Actually, I just had a birthday. I'm double nickels from the 5th of July. But I just want, I don't like Claressa's behavior, and I don't like her actions. And she's not a great representation of women in sportsmanship. And I don't, what she does in her personal life really shouldn't matter, but she put her personal life out there on social media, and you flaunting around a married man. That ain't cool. So we see your character, we see your behavior. Yeah, I want Kaye Scott to be her what's his name, Buster Douglas. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. If you want to stay on, cool. If not, I'll just keep the conversation going. I didn't know if you were about to go to bed or not. Yeah. With me, everyone knows when I first heard Kaye Scott's name, I immediately went and looked her up. And I saw that, okay, she 42 years old, 7 fights, 5 wins, 1 loss, a draw. Had, because when I canvassed the internet, and I saw that she had an emergency CT scan on her brain and skull a couple years ago. Got cleared, came back, won titles, but I'm like, she's damaged goods. Then I found out Claressa sparred her, they knew each other. I'm like, this is a cherry pick. But then I started to really read up and study Kay Scott and how she's a consummate professional. She's taking care of her body. The age really isn't a factor as much for me now, knowing how she takes care of her body.
Right.
But then I look at Claressa Shields and how she has not taken care of her body, smoking, drinking, and whatever else she's been doing. And I'm not making that up. There are videos of her doing all this. And I said, okay, the talent gap has just closed a little bit in my eyes. But then I started paying attention to all the personal distractions Claressa has going on. And one thing about Claressa, she's always been able to focus in that ring. She's been perfect since she's put gloves on. Even in the amateurs, that one loss to Savannah Marshall, really Claressa won that fight. But what I'm getting at is, since she started fighting, she's been perfect. But I said she's always had some kind of trauma and distraction, but not like now. Things have compounded. And I'm like, boy, if this isn't the time for the Gwoat to get scalped by Kay Scott, the Ozzy, Oyen, to come now and shock the damn world, there's no other time. So I think Kay Scott, Claressa should win, but I think Kay Scott has a really good chance on beating Claressa, because if she's cutting all that weight, if she's exhausted, if she peaks in fight camp, not on fight night, if she's distracted, she may have a good first 3-4 rounds, but what if dead leg sets in? What if fatigue sets in? Kay Scott ain't gonna get tired. She's all about fitness. So then all of a sudden now, even if Claressa wins, I keep saying it, if the fight's competitive, Kay Scott, even if she loses, she really wins. And if Claressa wins, she really loses. So I think it's a win-win for Kay Scott. But she may just win the fight. You just don't know.
Right. If Claressa win, it can't just. If she don't get a knockout, who cares if she wins? Because that's what everybody feel like she's gonna do anyway.
She picked Kay Scott to get a knockout, and I just don't think it's gonna happen. Now, the more I look at it, I'm like, it may not happen.
No, and she might not be. And Claressa might not beat her. Who knows? This might be a big upset for Claressa. But she just needs to be humble. And if nothing can humble her, somebody needs to humble her in their ring. And my mama always said, there's always somebody out there who could beat you. You might be bad, but it might be somebody out there better. Now and that's why I think it's going to be a big shock and an upset. We don't know. I mean, y'all seen Kay Scott. I didn't even want to look her up and see her old fights or whatever, because I'm going to watch it on YouTube. I ain't buying it, and I don't live in Atlanta. I'm a Philly girl. I'm on the north side. But even if I was, I wouldn't go to that crap. I'm too old anyway, and no, that's not my thing. But if somebody pay for it, or when they get on YouTube, I'll see it and hear about it, because it's going to be all on there. I'm going to catch it somewhere. But that would be a good thing. That's the only reason why I'm hoping it. I'm hoping that Kay Scott wins. It's sad to say, but yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate you calling in. You got anything else?
Like I said, I enjoy your show. Keep doing what you do, and I think that's it. That was the main thing I wanted to say. If I think of something else, I call in again tomorrow. And you got my number. You can lock me in.
Okay, I appreciate you. All right, thank you.
I'm Monica, okay?
Okay, I got you, Monica.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right, have a good night.
All right, you too. Mm-hmm. All right, bye. Okay, 929-839-0679. I'm putting a poll in here, but I want to ask y'all while I type this poll. Do you think if Claressa were to lose to Kay Scott? Now, I'm telling you, I think Claressa should be the favorite. She's supposed to win. When you look at the two of them, Claressa should win. But I do think the talent gap has closed considerably because of everything that's going on with Claressa. You know what I'm saying? But if Claressa loses, would that be rock bottom? Would that be rock bottom? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I tell you what, that means that everything in her life, there's nothing that's pure, clean, perfect anymore. You know what I mean? With boxing, that's perfection. And then it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just sent me something here. So that's what I want to know. Says no, she has split personality. She's not bipolar when she looks in the mirror. She's a different person. How she could have empathy. She didn't understand all that she said, little girl. Okay, I'm still getting texts about this thing. So yeah, let me take this off. Anyway, the phone number is 929-839-0679. And every now and then we'll get some calls in here. You know me, I let people cook. It's not often you get somebody who calls in. And I know some people like, the language and stuff, but we get through it. You know what I mean? One phone call every ever. You know what? Every 120 days. So, people talking about, next caller and hang up on her. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I know I got this. I know we know what we're doing. We can all get through it. We all watch, we like comedy, don't we? I'm sure we've heard worse from comedians and nobody's really carrying on. So people jumping off, that's your choice. I understand. But I'm not, unless I know how to navigate the conversation. So I saw there was some people like telling me hang up on it. Like, I'm not, man, it's got to be really ridiculous for me, and it wasn't. It was actually pretty entertaining. And we got through it and now we're here. That being said, 929-839-0679. Plus, if I got 99% of people laughing at it, and enjoying it, then I'm gonna roll with it. You know what I'm saying? And if the person calls in here disrespecting the chat, that's different. I'll just hang up, and that's just me. I'll just hang up because no one's gonna disrespect you all in here, and that's just how I see it. Anyway, 929-839-0679. Well, yeah, she was funny, man. She had me cracking up, man. She obviously had a lot to say, and she had an opportunity to say it. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. But is that going to be rock bottom? Because see, now I'm looking, but who knows? This may be what Claressa needs, because when she was fighting Franchon, yeah, people talking about next caller. I respect everyone. I see it, and when a person says next caller, I will stop and I'll say, okay, someone in here is being made uncomfortable, and that matters to me. But that's why I know how to move the conversation. I know what I'm doing, But if you jump off, I understand. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is with Claressa, when she was about to fight Franchon, her motivation was everybody felt Franchon was going to beat her. Some people, I say a lot of people felt Franchon had a chance. A lot of people felt Franchon had a chance, but there was some like, Claressa, this isn't a real fight. Franchon already lost. She's knowing the world she's going to win, right? But then you come and you look at now with Kaye Scott. So that was Claressa's motivation to beat Franchon. But and the phone line is open. Y'all could call in 929-839-0679. But with Kaye Scott, there's nobody out here who was even thinking that Kaye Scott had a chance. But now, because I'm a thinker, I'm like, this may not go the way that we think. And I'm watching, and I'm telling you about them Australian fighters, man. Them Australian fighters get busy. They get busy. The female, the men and the women. And Kaye Scott knows what she's up against. This is her time to shine. I just think it's going to be an interesting fight. But Claressa may finally have that pressure. You know what I'm saying? She may finally have that pressure that she didn't have. You know what I'm saying? All of this attention, the negative attention, people looking at her and now saying Kaye Scott has a chance, that may translate into motivation. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hello, hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, I think Kaye Scott got a chance to win this fight with Claressa. I mean, Claressa very talented now, and I think Claressa could beat her. But all the stuff that Claressa got going on right now, her grandmother's death, she hasn't even grieved that really, and from Shalita, from what I understand about her, she was barred from even going to see her grandmother in the hospice place. So, that's according to Shalita. But She got a lot going on, and you can't go into a fight having all of that, all of those emotions going to a fight now. But is it rock bottom for her?
If she loses,
she gotta be humble, man. And the only way she gonna be humble is in that ring. Somebody gotta humble her in that ring. She gotta be knocked down in that ring. And that's the only thing that's gonna humble Claressa.
yeah, I think that would
When
be.
she come back, yeah, I think she'll be able to come back because like I say, I know she got some mental health issues going on and all of that. And, I'm a social worker, but hey, listen, I was in CPS, Children Protective Services, so I know a lot about all of that, but what they've been talking about. But here's the thing. Claressa got to be humble in that ring. Another woman got to beat her down. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Well, that would be like a public execution. If she were to lose in front of the world, that would be like Claressa being publicly executed because I do know, I listened to what the therapist said when she called in. She said that she would basically be out here making excuses. It'd be everybody else's fault. She'll be loud and going off. But I just think she'd have talk about depression hitting somebody. I think she'd be depressed and she'd be all over the place because that's all she has. But that's why she talks so much about it. My titles, my this. She even tell her if any of you girls aren't undefeated, don't talk to me, don't this. These are things that she said on social media. So if she comes and she loses now, right? Then what?
Yeah.
So that's why I believe they picked Franchon. They felt that comfortable fighting her, even though I thought Franchon had a chance.
Yeah,
but I still think.
Man, I never wanted to see that fight because you don't beat this girl 3 times.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
But I still think Franchon had a chance until all the melee and crap that ensued at the face off and the weigh-in. But then you look at the Kaye Scott fight. I'm like, they're picking people who they want Claressa to defeat, and she may just want to go on and be undefeated, and they just want her to just be victorious because we've talked about it, and even though I said before, I just think Claressa beats Chris Cyborg. I right now when I look at it, with all the distractions going on, with all the cutting weight and everything, Chris Cyborg, and Claressa, that's a more interesting matchup and more intriguing than maybe the Kaye Scott fight. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is the talent gap has closed because there's just so much going on with Claressa. How much longer can she go on with all this distractions and chaos in her life and still be perfect in the box in the ring? That's my question. She's human too,
Yeah. I think, like I say, I think this will take her down. It'll take her down for a minute, though. Boxing is all Claressa, no. And, you could be knocked down. And I've been knocked down before, man. Like I said, I've been through a lot through my life, too. And I've been knocked down, but I've always succeeded in my life, okay, since I was 15 years old. But here's the thing. I believe she can come back from that. See, God will take you all the way down. He always say you got to go through something, and he'll bring you out of it. And she says she's a believer in the Lord. I believe that. I do believe that, because you could be crazy and have mental health issues and still believe in the Lord. So I believe she believes in the Lord, and I believe that she got to go all the way down. This girl has got to be taken all the way down. When you get out here talking about light-skinned girls, and and then you talk about the culture, you going against the culture. And, it really bothers me about Claressa. It bothers me. I'm 68 years old. I've been following Claressa all her life because I'm from Saginaw. And I hate this about this girl. But I want this Kaye Scott. I thank Kaye Scott
her 42 years old don't matter in this here fight. What's gonna matter is her focus, and I'm gonna tell you what the key thing gonna be for this girl, Kaye Scott. And if you listening, girl, let me tell you something. Talk some shit to Claressa. Talk some shit to her ass in that ring, and Claressa ain't gonna be able to handle you. I tell you, she might upset Claressa. I don't really think if Claressa was in her right mind and didn't have all this other stuff going on, Claressa whoop her ass. But this girl got a real good chance. That's all I got.
All right, I appreciate you calling in.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right. I'll tell you what, I'm about to call, I got a call in just now, but I'll tell you what, if Kaye Scott talked trash to Claressa Shields, like if she really put it on her verbally, Claressa wouldn't know how to respond. Okay, let me see. So I'm gonna call Safe back. If they don't answer, they don't answer. But you know I'll call you back. Hey, what's up with you?
Look, I'm not going to try and keep y'all long because my household is asleep. I had to come outside. But I think what everybody is missing with Claressa, drama and anger fuels her fight. She said everything she does, she takes out on the girls when she's angry, and that relieves her for at least 2 weeks. Anger is her key. She's stirring up what makes her fight. So all this drama and chaos, that's her fuel. Don't let it fool you. Don't let her. Hoping for a little reckoning and some straightening from Kaye, even if Kaye don't win, because in my heart I believe it's arranged. But if she at least smoke her just a little bit, just put a little char on that goat meat. See what I'm saying? Just char the goat meat just a little bit. Stun her just enough for her to know, well, damn, somebody can really do a little something. Let me go on and take her out and get this done and show everybody I am really the GOAT, even though I think it's an arrangement. And I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a blessed one.
All right, you too. Thanks for calling. All right, bye. Okay, let me put a poll in here. Yeah. Okay, I didn't have a house. Okay. Anyway, I just put a poll out there if y'all could complete the poll. Anyway, I've been on here for 2 hours and 17 minutes, and I'll stay on till we get to 3 hours, right? If the phone is ringing. 929-839-0679. Yeah. Does anyone think that we're being unrealistic with Kaye Scott having a chance at winning this fight? It's boxing. The best fighter doesn't win. It's the fighter who boxes the best on that night. But Claressa always finds a way. But I just look right now, there's a lot going on. A lot going on, boy. I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting, man. It says, I agree, caller. I don't know how they let Kaye out, take out the cash cow. Well, that's the thing. Kaye Scott on a decision, she ain't never gonna get that. But we'll find out. We'll find out if the fight's bullcrap. But I just don't think Kaye Scott will just come and throw the fight, man. I just don't see that. She has 2 titles. She's a very proud woman. I know that when it comes to them Australians, man, these people have a lot of honor. They're not just going to come out. I just can't see her throwing the fight. I can't. But I could see where, the stage is set for Claressa to hit a grand slam. But Kaye Scott may have other plans. And that's the mentality she needs to have. If you notice, Claressa, and I remember when people were saying this, and y'all know I don't delve into these conversations when it comes to race. But they were like, why didn't she talk to Kaye Scott the way she talked to other women? Why wasn't she disrespectful towards Kaye Scott? Maybe because there's like people getting in front of Manny Pacquiao. How can you get mad at Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao there with the big Filipino smile showing all 32 teeth and the little goddamn Morris whiskers on his lip? Pacquiao always laughing and smiling. Pacquiao, it's like, how can you get mad at Manny Pacquiao? You got to be an animal to have a face-off with Manny Pacquiao and want to shove him or slap him or cuss at him. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a real miserable ass. You know what I'm saying? But with Kaye Scott, I just think it's one of those things. I think Claressa really, they've known each other. She likes her, and I think even Claressa tried. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed. Claressa tried to get Kaye Scott to say something. When Claressa like, yeah, Kaye Scott, I love you, but I'm like, F you. But she didn't say, fuck. She just said, I love you, but I'm like, F you. And I think that was her trying to bait Kaye Scott to say something. But Kaye Scott just looked like, okay, what direction is she going to go now? You could see Kaye Scott was just, the spidey senses were tingling. She was like, what direction is she going to take this, press conference? Because I ain't here for the goddamn dog. I ain't here for the circus. We don't need no bearded fat lady riding through here on no goddamn unicycle and no bear juggling tangerines and shit. I didn't come here for that. And that's what I think Kaye Scott was just like watching. But she ain't take the bait. She didn't. If Kaye Scott would have said something, I think Claressa would have poured it on. I think Claressa was just waiting, would have opened up the fire, unlocked the fire hose, and full blast Kaye Scott with all kind of insults. Who would have turned it nasty. But I noticed that she didn't. But maybe Claressa's thinking too, that's the last thing I want to do is get up here and do this. You know what I mean? Because that guy, he used to be her manager. He knows stuff about her too. You just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But even I was sitting here the other day when I was on the treadmill and thinking, why isn't she saying something to Kaye Scott? Franchon, all that back and forth and all that helped promote the fight. She talked crap to Lanai Daniels, Hannah Gabriel, Savannah Marshall. She talked crap to everybody. She said nothing to Kaye Scott. So see, there was a pattern of behavior, and all of a sudden, there's a change. So I'm just trying to understand why not. Anyway, 929-839-0679. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she tried, but it was fake. Yeah, it was fake. Kaye knew the assignment. I 100% believe what you're saying, Lady London. Go ahead, caller. Mute your TV for me, please. I'm good. Mute your TV for me.
Shoot. What, me?
Yeah, all right. What you got?
Okay, so I think Kaye has a good chance because she's a precision fighter. She's a pinpoint fighter. Like, she finds that right aim at the right time. And Claressa is, now quote me if I'm wrong because you're the boxer. And because I watched one of Kaye's fights. And Claressa is an aggressive fighter. So who's to say that Claressa is swinging and Kaye just wait for that right punch? Her reach is 70. Claressa's is 68, so that's close. I just think she has a chance in that because, and another thing that Claressa, she has to go down and wait. I don't know about the muscle thing. I think I asked you about that before, how much muscle she would lose. And so Kaye is comfortable at fighting at that weight. She's going to be real comfortable. And I believe that she's not saying anything because she's watching her tapes. I guess that's what fighters do. I mean, that's what I would do if I was a fighter. She's watching her videos on how she fights. I think she's just setting it up. I mean, I'm not saying that she's going to win the fight, but what I'm saying is she got a good chance if she maneuver a technique and have that stamina.
Yeah, she needs to beat Claressa Shields is timing. Because Claressa's fast, she's explosive, she will get wild. If Kaye Scott can keep her composure, time Claressa, although her hands aren't as fast, she can get there. But I don't know. I don't know if she got the speed and got the experience to be composed in there with a demon like Claressa Shields, who's coming all gas, no brakes. But the thing is, the conditioning you brought up. If Claressa is in there going at Kaye Scott, and Kaye Scott should know enough to at least be able to survive and not get knocked out in the first round, because Claressa doesn't knock people out. If all of a sudden you're getting around 3 and 4, and Claressa's kind of, do everything out in the first couple rounds, and then with that weight cut, she starts to get a bit fatigued. Then you can see Kaye Scott, who's the fighter who's not as talented, not as experienced, not as athletically gifted, all of a sudden start to have some success. But the timing is how you beat speed.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like her timing, if her timing is right. While Claressa, because I always thought that Claressa, not only is she aggressive, but she's a sloppy fighter. To me, she's aggressive, but she also land punches, and that's why I think she won a lot of her her bouts that she has. But I also think that Claressa has the endurance, but Kaye has that stamina. So we gonna see. We gonna see. It might be a better fight than we think.
Yeah, it could be, but I think Claressa, when she enters the ring, that's like a child going to school and their shoes are tied. Once she gets into the ring, it's like a kid by recess time, the shoelaces come untied, and that's how Claressa is. When she second round, shoes are tied, everything is together, but then soon the shoelaces come untied. She gets wild, like you're saying.
Right.
And you see it in every fight. It's like, yo, what's she doing? But she even came out and said at the Franchon Cruz press conference that, look, I just knew I could beat these girls, so I didn't have to go on my bag. But she said she felt with Franchon she would have to go on the bag. But she said she was just basically going there and just beating girls up, which to me was the worst thing she could have said, because now you just told us that you moved up these weight divisions knowing that these were going to be super easy fights. So that's why you did it. So for me, she deserves credit because she won titles. But when you have somebody tell you, oh, we knew that they weren't. Same thing she tried to say about Layla. Layla didn't fight nobody. She fought bums. But then you come back and say these women who you went up and fought, you knew that you could just street fight them and beat them. So basically you calling them bums, but you want us to give you credit for that. So, it's crazy.
Right. I just want to iterate on that. Yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to touch base with you on the techniques.
Yeah. Well, all right. You call back anytime.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, will I be going live? Now, y'all know, we talk about the live every night is not just for Claressa. We just talk about her every night. But you know I'm going live for the Claressa Shields fight. I go live for most fights. If I don't go live for a fight because I'm not going to be around, like Earl Spence, him and Tim Tszyu. That fight card, I think it's on a Sunday, July 26th. But I may not be around, man. So I'm gonna have to next week. I'm gonna have to pump out like 20 videos for y'all and just set them to release. 2 a day, because more than likely I ain't gonna be around for 14 days. You know what I'm saying? So some people are like, we need our fix, Hood. We need to rock up that Hood Champion live. We need to smoke the Hood Champion live, and then you go away. It's different. Well, hey, it's summertime, so I'm probably gonna be out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The only way I won't be out is if the weather may keep me put. But if not, I'll be up and away. You know what I'm saying? For like no, not 14 days. That 14 days is next year. That's already locked down. That's I'll be gone for like 8 days. So, and I'll be out on the ocean, catching all kind of shit. So I don't know if I'm gonna be even doing videos. I may do some lives from out there on the ocean, yeah, but not like what we do at night. I ain't gonna have the time. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up that it's coming. I'll probably be out of pocket for a while. Says thank you, yeah, no doubt. Keep focus on yeah, yeah, for real. Right? OG, call in OG and break down that breach of contract. Because I saw when you put that in the comments. Call in and break down how the word on the street is there's a breach of contract. I want to hear about this breach of contract. Says Chief, Kaye doesn't hit hard enough. Fought a woman who nearly beat her after suffering a headbutt. Watch the Curry fight. Okay, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. But OG, call in and break down the breach of contract thing. because I wanna hear about that. Super Susan said we need the Hood Champion Boxing fix. Yeah, it's all good, man. You know, it's like when I went out there, man, on the world tour. I dropped videos. I did them all that Sunday. Yeah, I did them all that Sunday, and set them all to release throughout the week. So I wasn't doing those videos. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. It says, you better, we can't be without a hood fix. Okay. But when I'm out there, I'll probably go live from the ocean, you know. Like I did it one time from Hawaii. But I had downtime. If I got the downtime, I'll do it. But if not, it is what it is. On whose side? Yeah, on Claressa Shields' side, word on the street is there could be some trouble in paradise, something about a breach of contract. But I'm just waiting to see if my boy OG will call in and break that down. But you know, he get little bits and pieces of information. But I know if I get that, I tell you what, YouTube is so funny. I didn't say nothing except word on the street. There's a breach, some issues with the contract, some breach of contract thing. Tomorrow when I wake up, somebody is in the bushes, and I will already have done a video. Rumor is breach of contract. Pat Poose and Claressa win records. You know, they will already have taken this shit and ran with it and created a video. That shit makes me laugh. But I want to see if my boy will if he'll call in, or at least break it down, because I know he's listening right now. Go ahead and break that down. But if not, y'all call in 929-839-0679. Y'all call in because I'm still going. It's yeah, I got 30 more minutes or so before I'm up and away and shit. Says absolutely hood. Says yeah. Say I want to hear about that. Oh, I want to hear about that too. I want to hear what the word is. I want to hear about the breach of contract. That's what I want to hear about. What exactly is going on? So we'll see if my boy calls in, you know. Lovejoy says, I'm cooking and got to take my dog out to pee, so I've been back and forth. Yeah, now I want to hear about that. I don't know nothing about it. That's just what the word on the street is. But hopefully I get some information. Once I do, I'll definitely talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it, now, I don't know nothing about PEDs. Yeah, I ain't gonna, yeah, I didn't say nothing about PEDs. Now, let's not take it to the stupid and shit. I didn't say that. I said something about a breach of contract. Lord have mercy. You see what I'm saying? The conversation already gone left. Shit, we'll be coming around the mountain when we come. That conversation be up and away in here, man. Yeah. What is this right here? While you're playing our phone call. You played my phone call, listen to it now, you air me live on phone. Who's this? Oh. Okay. Yeah, see this is the thing. People gotta understand there's a delay. So people think I'm playing phone calls. I'm not doing it. Lisa and Purposeful God Hood, that's an interesting topic about the breach of contract. Oh yeah, it is. So I'm gonna see if my buddy will if you don't want to talk about it on here, just shoot me a text or call and leave a voicemail or something about what exactly is going on that you're hearing. And then, you know, if you don't want me to share it, I won't share it. But, you know, let me know, because I want to know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that could explain some stuff. That could explain some of the stuff we're seeing. That's why I always say you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You know? Hood, the breach of contract, yeah. We know Clarence was roided out at the Franchon fight. Yeah, shit. I don't know if Claressa be taking no peds. I'm not gonna say that. Why? Claressa been. Let's be real. I know people don't really fancy Big Gwoat.
Unknown caller.
Go ahead, caller.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up with you?
All right, this is go to True Crimes with Shane and you'll find out it's video number 35 or 33 and you'll find out about the breach of contract. That's all I'm gonna say. Bye.
All right, bye. So someone just told me go to True Crime with Shane, huh? Okay, I guess that's another channel out here. True crime with Shane. I don't want to be playing nobody videos, man. Y'all know I ain't doing that. Chief at work, they're afraid they're not gonna make the money back. She got 3 more fights, supposedly 2 million per fight. She ain't making it. Oh, okay. Damn. So they're not making it. Well, I'll tell you what, I gotta yeah. I'm not surprised that they're not making their money back. But maybe that's why they've gone maybe that explains why they've gone the baddies route. You know? Maybe that explains it. Maybe that explains why Papoose was walking down the BT runway looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's stressing right now. Maybe that explains why Claressa is out here trying to sell stuff. But, I would need a little more fidelity on all that. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it sounds believable. To me, it sounds believable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when if I get time, I'll go and take a look at it, man. Y'all know I always joke about it, but really, I don't be on the internet like that. When I come out here at 9 o'clock, I look at a few things, we breathe. This is my time to really come on the internet. I'll look at Twitter. I'll do a couple boxing roll-up videos where I talk about everything in boxing. And I'm with my kids. It's summertime, But when they're back in school, I'll have more time during the day after I work out and everything and cook and everything and shit. Then I'll have a couple hours where I can do that after I take care of what's most important, family business, Yeah, Hood, you should listen to the videos True Crime with Shane dropped today. It explains a lot about Claressa. Maybe when I'm tomorrow when I'm exercising, I'll go to what's it called? True Crime. Okay. Yeah, when I'm on the treadmill, I'll play it. Cause that's another time. When y'all see these YouTube the little shorts drop, I'm doing that from a treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I'm jogging outside, I'm doing it while I'm jogging. I'm not sitting down doing it unless you see me in my office and I'll record myself. But most of the time, I don't record myself talking. You just see the pictures or some video because I'm running, screen recording, and I'm doing it while I'm jogging. Yeah, I don't sit around and do this until at night when my kids are settled down, everybody belly full, the house is straight, and then I come in here and I could relax. I'm one of them OCD people. I can't have things to do and then sit down like this. I just can't sit down. I'm wired differently, man. People will struggle living with me. Put on the ground, okay? It's good. Yeah, it's good up there. It's good, yeah. So it doesn't fall. All right. But yeah, I'm OCD as hell. Says she's going to have that struck down by the morning. Yeah, we're going to find out what's going on, man. Yeah, she's on YouTube. True Crime with Shane is investigating journalist. She's authentic with documents. The name sounds familiar. I think she's the one we were talking about the tax stuff. Like last year. Late last year. I think she's the one. And yeah, that's good, man. Go from video 35 and go backwards. We'll see, man. If they're like 5-minute videos, I can. Anything longer than that, you gotta understand, man. I'm not wired like most people. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna get into all that. I'm just not a guy who can look at something that long.
Miss Susan.
That's just not me. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, it's Miss Susan over here. Susan 302 in Miami. I'm in the chat.
All right, what's going on with you?
Nah, I just wanted to touch base on that contract situation.
Okay.
So what as a boxer, when did that start? Like 2024 or 2025?
With what, the contract?
Yeah, well, when for the $3,000,
this year,
360.
This year is when they announced it all.
No, I swore it was before January.
Well, Franchon, end of last year, 2025.
Yeah, because Franchon was February. So
yeah, so end of last year, yeah.
So around November, December.
Maybe something around that, yeah. And that's where they made the announcement. Matter of fact, it was right after the Layla Ali drama, and all that stuff. Then they had to try to get the heat off her, yeah. So it was around that time. Yeah, maybe summertime.
I'm just looking at the timeline. I mean, maybe it's true because she might have had some kind of stipulations as to when she had to start either recouping that money or start repaying it.
Well, it's nothing for her to repay if they give her a contract, $3 million up front, guaranteed $2 million a fight. That's not her fault. They got to pay her.
But it sounds like it's a loophole somewhere.
There may be something in there because of the contract.
Because that's where, you remember, not just to cut you off, I apologize. Pat rapped this spring in his car, and I don't remember the date. I can look back and find it, but he said something about you should have read the contract.
Oh, shit.
And he was like mad at her, and when he left, he was in his car in New York, and he was like making some kind of rap about her, and he said something about you should have read the contract.
I do remember something about a rap and him saying that about a contract.
She's trusting you wholeheartedly.
They played it.
It's a bad situation altogether, my brother. It's really bad. Because you're not just taking advantage of somebody you know has a disability. You're putting her under pressure that she didn't have a lawyer. Why didn't she have a lawyer? You know, talking about she read over the contract. Oh, you smart. You know, all that braggadocious stuff, that don't fly with me. You're messing with somebody that don't have the skill set. So she got a case, but she's so soft-hearted with him that I think that she would succumb to whatever the pressure that Salida and Wynn say. But that's a lose-lose for her. What you think?
Yeah, I think it's all bad if because I know it was 4 fights over a 2-year period. She can get all the fights done in 1 year if she wants, but she has 2 years to get them done. And it's supposed to be, you know, the $3 million up front, $2 million a fight, and could be even more. But as far as the specifics of the contract, you know, nobody knows unless they get the contract itself. But a lot of people were saying, yo, the fact they're talking about music and this and that, it could be a 360 deal.
Right. I was going to interject on that because something about she could rap or sing or something, and then she could do something else. So it was a lot of little fingers in this, if you would, you know, different branches that went out. So I'm going, it's not a clean contract at all. It sounds very suspect.
But my thing is, that is horrible.
Well, yeah.
But now let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying. 305.
Okay. Sorry.
If they did her like that, where she's thinking she's getting a guaranteed $2 million a fight, and there's some kind of, it's like contingent on pay-per-view sales or something sales. If there was some loophole there to, if she doesn't, you know, hit that mark and made it pay up front, then she has to repay or whatever the wording may be. That is atrocious, man.
Right.
And that is just wrong. That is wrong, man. But again, I got to wait and see, because if somebody done unearth something, it's just a matter of time for somebody to get their hand on that contract. And Claressa is the one who will probably expose it to the world. Let them piss her off enough. She going to say, well, this is what they gave me. Yeah, so y'all told me it wasn't me and I trusted them in this. And she going, just like they said, you know, what she'll do, she'll have an outburst and she'll put the contract out there.
You hit the nail on the head with that one. Yep. You hit the nail on the head.
Oh, it's coming. She gonna put that shit out there. She is.
Oh yeah. The other thing was, I'm sorry, I lost what I was gonna say. Lord.
No, we were talking.
Getting old over here.
No, we're talking about it'd be. I said it'd be awful if they did her like that, and you chimed in about the 360 deal and about the music and all that, and her having to repay stuff.
She's gonna crash out again because she's under pressure, like you say, and that may be another formula to throw a wedge in her boxing ability. I mean, I personally think this is gonna be her downfall. She's underestimating this person here because of the low boxing skills and the boxing experience. But like Kate said, I've been doing this 17 years. But I've been a welterweight or under boxer, featherweight, whatever. But the thing is, she liked that realm and guess what she was boxing in. We don't know what kind of skill set they was doing in Australia. It might be equate to a heavyweight over here in America. You know what I mean? They kind of wild over there in that area.
You think they're wild in Australia?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they beast. I mean, I see like some of the things they do. The women are very, what do you say, combative, just like the gentlemen. So I don't think Claressa thought this through because she's just thinking, oh, she don't have that. She's just an Aussie and she's just what do they call her? Aerobics therapist or whatever. But I'm like, man, you might have bit too much this time. I think Kate gonna knock her socks off and hit her in the left eye. I keep saying the left eye.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man. If in fact she has, we just talked about the distractions with everything going on in the family.
That's what I'm saying.
Now we're talking not as a possible somebody breach of. I mean, Lord have mercy, man. Every day
She
is something.
can't win, and she
This is
thinks
crazy.
she's winning when she fights the internet. She's not. She just pulls more smoke to her door. Like she's like, well, let's call it a truce, people. The more she says stuff, just don't say nothing, and they'll go away. It's sad. She don't have anybody to defend her, poor thing. She chased everybody away, and she doesn't realize she does more damage than good.
So the breach of contract. I mean, she breached the contract, or they're breaching the contract.
No, I believe she's breaching it.
Oh shit!
Because she's denied every fight. She's had opportunity. I mean, they throwing money left and right at her.
So they've given her opportunities at fight, and she's turning down the fights.
And she probably had a time frame in which to meet the financial obligation to fulfill the contract, and she's denied them. So now we almost at the end of the year, I guess. We at the second term of this contract, and she's not met the obligation. That's what I'm feeling.
That's crazy, man.
That's just like a mortgage. You got so much to pay, but that interest and things like that's going to come through. So you just can't make your small payment and pay next year's interest and pay the year after's interest, and you ain't did enough for 2026.
But that, again, I'm having a tough time wrapping my head around her having to pay them when they give her the money. As she got a contract.
I think it was a quasi-deal.
There may be some catch to it if that's the case, because normally this is the contract. This is my guarantee.
Because here's the thing. Where did Wynn get the money? This guy was a nurse out of California. He got about 35 to 40 different licensees under his name, which connect to his daughter, which all go back to Sierra Leone, Africa. They're only licensed in the state of California. But all the work in the hospitals, I think, have been fulfilled outside in Sierra Leone. There's a lot going on there. He's had this a long time, but he just got legal in 2025. There's a lot of stinking stuff going on here. So it sounds like there's a loan somewhere.
Yeah, something happened. If that's the case, because right now, it shit don't make sense to me, man. I'm just like, I can't look. I don't know. I can't speak intelligently on it. So I don't know. Yeah, no, I hear you.
I understand the young lady, even though I was just telling you about the other content creator and just speculating on today's funeral information and all that and the contract. But if you do go on there, I've been following the young lady. She's very credible. I wouldn't tell you anything that's not true because that's not my personality. Too old to be lying now. I'm on my way out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So at this realm of the game, this young lady is so precise. She went to the state office. The state holds your licenses. She looked up Ruben Branson. She looked up all his. That's what I'm saying. She got all these documents in a row. So the girl ain't sitting here saying something that you can say, I can sue you tomorrow. She's only showing you the truth. She's undigging everything, unearthing it. So I'm just going, that's how I know these things. That's why I'm saying, about the Sierra Leone stuff. Because I've been following it. I'm just going, this, like you say, she's interesting. This whole thing is interesting. Because it is Well, there's somebody said the other day, a RICO case in the making. And it only starts with one, but then it grabs legs. That's what the RICO is.
Yeah, Rico ain't no joke.
This is what we're looking at. We're looking at a RICO. If you follow, I mean, in your spare time, if you have time just to look, you ain't got to let nobody in the chat know you're looking. Just saying, as a person that has integrity and a person of intellect, I know your mind from watching you and sitting in the bushes. You know, just sitting there, you're going to be fishing and listening. You just be like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm tracking with you, man. This is...
Yeah. But to know how this thing started, Papoose is the handler, not just for Claressa, but all the unseatiness. You know, he's the shady character under the bridge, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the palm greaser. That's where he plays in this. He's greasing the palms. You know, you might see him, but you see the back of him. You never get to see his face. You just see him coming and going, coming and going. He's just stick and move. That's the guy, stick and move. So I feel badly for her because she's believing in a dream or fantasy. I don't know what love pillow talk he's giving this young lady to tell her that she's going to have him or have the child. I'm sure he's fulfilled some kind of baloney in her head because she's gullible like that. But the sad part is he's selling her a dream. And if she can believe that, I'm here in Florida and I can sell her to Everglades.
Yeah.
And it's for sale all day long.
Right. With all them exotic animals and shit in it.
Hey, it's dry over here in Everglades, okay? We cleaned it up with a vacuum called Hoover.
That shit's crazy.
We used the 1945 Z model.
I hear that.
Yeah, that's all I had. I was just cutting with you, but I just wanted to touch base because I was very interested on that 360 deal. And I kept thinking, I said, wait a minute, that wasn't 2026. That was about 2025. So he was saying she had 3 fights. I'm like, this is just only her second fight. And you keep fighting the same people. I'm 20-0. I'm this and 0. I'm going, you're fighting the same person. You haven't fought 19 fights. You fought 15 fights. You're just claiming everybody's belts and adding on, calling yourself the greatest. I'm going, nobody wants to argue with you. We're just letting you, toot your own horn at this point. But it's sad.
Okay.
But I agree with a lot of those physicians that came on and their expertise and everything. I don't know if one is right and the other one's wrong, but I do believe a person can have more than one underlying mental diagnosis, and she presents a lot of different things at one time, but it would take a person to do an onset, one-on-one with her over a period of time for them to discover exactly what she has. And as they've shown, she's not down with that. She feels like there's nothing wrong with her, and she gets angry the more you say she has something. That's why she was trying to diagnose Nigeria with her problems. Everything she was saying Nigeria has, she has.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We got blame transference over here. Okay, looking in the mirror.
That's crazy.
I know you are, but what am I?
That's some old school shit right there.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. I done lived a long time, and I just sit and watch and listen. Like you say, very interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm just going, wow. Can we get together, all the content creators, and make a movie and get some money on this thing? We ain't got to sit on YouTube. Just get somebody to direct this thing. We all got parts of this we can write down, and everybody get their credits.
Oh man, if so I've thought about it. Just would take time of taking my live calls from August and do the lost Claressa Shields calls, and just sit there and just have like hours of just the call-ins. You know what I'm saying? But if you got the call-ins, somebody else got the paperwork. Somebody else have the witnesses or the actual people. Could you imagine the money that y'all could make? And it's y'all stuff. You have the rights to it. She can't do anything. You can license it.
You know, she always threatened to sue somebody. You ain't sued the first person you said you're gonna sue yet. 50 Cent. He's still waiting for a cease and desist.
Yeah. That is crazy, man. That is crazy.
It's a lot to think about, I'm telling you, but your children will be so wealthy, I'm telling you, because the royalties will just keep rolling in. Because as you see, day by day, it's not even month to month, it's day by day. Sometimes she's on the internet 2-3 times a day. That's just a gift that keeps giving. Before she goes, and something bad happens, that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to get together. And you find who's credible, who's not, and y'all work together. Because we have nothing against each other out here except to make the bag.
Yeah. You a content creator?
No, but I'm just one of the people that's in everybody's chat going, okay, and is this credible? And now I go, okay, this is more hearsay than factual. So let me just go, because we're all just sitting blackbirds on the line, chit-chat. But you're not getting anywhere. But when you start showing me paperwork that I can go and find for myself, and I'm going, oh, this is real, okay. And I can follow the map, because I got 34 years in the bank, so I done did every avenue of the bank, but they always say, follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw it was going over in Sierra Leone, I'm going, hold up. Now, we ain't just talking state money. We talking federal money. Now, you mess with federal money, you got different wires and things like that are protected. I'm going, okay, how y'all moving this money out the country? Who's backing you? So that's the thing. And I told that content creator, I said, I don't know where the money's at, but I'm very interested. I'm willing to I'm retired. I'm willing to sit down and try to find out how we can find out where this money's coming from, because that's the key thing. Follow the money. This is a RICO. And before the feds get in, because when the feds get in, it's over.
Yeah. Did you work in a department that handle like money laundering and stuff, or you worked?
Yeah. And I think that's about to come, because if they're putting pressure on her about a contract breach, she's gonna blow up.
Yeah, but
the feds is on YouTube all the time. But anything about money like that,
yeah,
$8 million. They've been talking about this for a long time. She's already in the spotlight.
Yeah, I need to watch this number 34 video. Yeah, I need to watch that. When I'm on the treadmill, I may play it tomorrow.
Yeah, this is the reason it's 35, because it's case number 35. It goes all the way back. And she's thorough. That's what I love. I told her today, I said, let me tell you something. Can't nobody say nothing about you. You're my CIA niece from the internet. She said, I'm just doing my thing. And I was just on this internet. And I'm not going to say I wasn't minding my business, because I wasn't. I was in somebody else's business. I said, I know that's right. Because that's the business that pays. Being in somebody else's business. You ain't hurting nobody. You taking factual information and posting it. If it's public information, can't nobody do nothing to you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'll take a look at it tomorrow.
It's something to think about. That's all I'm saying, brother. It's something to think about.
Ain't
no hate out here when the money is green. You know what I mean?
No, but without me saying too much, I got my little partners, man, who that's why I asked you what you work in a money laundering department, because them dudes, they travel all around the world and they go to different countries and they meet with the like the chief personnel officers and the people who control the financing of the country and determine
controllers and the
wages. But they determine the country's wages and they come into the bank. So they do. I got some guys who I run with, man. Who we talk about a lot of things. I can ask them about that and say, yo, is it possible to, find out about this and that when it comes to money? And they'll tell me.
Yeah, because it is a RICO. And the thing is, it's a Ponzi. It's not as large as, some of the banks that are out there, but it is a form of Ponzi scheme. And it's the same layout. One thing breaches over another thing that pays on another thing that pays on another thing. So if one thing fails, the whole domino effect.
I know about the Ponzi scheme and pyramid schemes and all that crap.
So in effect, he's trying to get all he can get before the whole thing collapses. And he's not feeling guilty about nothing, because he's filling his pockets and saving. So he tell her anything as long as she's paying him. I don't know if it's a paid relationship or a real relationship, but the fact is, you're doing the same thing to her. You take it from her, and knowing she has a mental disability and she earned this money, she shouldn't even be boxing because of her handicap. And you feeding her lies, taking her money, blind. What do you say? Fleecing her. You fleecing her.
Damn,
And I mean, I don't care for her because of her nasty ways, but I wouldn't want anyone to be disregarded like that. She is a human being. She has feelings.
Yeah, she's somebody's child. She's a woman.
Yeah, and she's earned it. She was in that ring getting beaten and bucked up and everything. So he didn't do nothing. Laying pipe don't equate to what she went through. You know, so I'm just going, wow. So I don't want her to lose out all the way because I think she's at rock bottom right now. I don't know if she's at her last 25, 50,000, whatever. I hope she got a lot more than that, but I think she is low on her bankroll and pretty desperate. So she got a lot going against her, poor thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just to see where she was, I would say before Pat Poulsen and where she is now, all bad.
Imagine, it's not even been 9 months. You have to think about it. It's not even been 9 months. And she's almost broke $1 million in a year? You had to spend like $600,000, $500,000 on this dude. All the trips to family, different eating events, all this showboating cars, buying houses. That money wasn't long. It was long to her because she didn't know how to balance it. But that's sad. She don't have any savings. All her ventures are turning into bankruptcies and turning into foreclosures because she put it in real estate and then just left it. Nobody showed her any financial education on how to pay into this or even have an accountant or anything. Oh, let me help you. You don't need them. I got it. That's why the manager's gone. Because the manager is showing her how to do things. No, you don't need him. You need me. She don't know. So, look at Mayweather. He had way more money than her. He in the same boat. He's someone who could have educated her. But he was taking cash and just rolling it around like she's doing. She had a smaller amount. Well, I mean, we all can be accountable for failure, but somebody got to take the lead for success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes, brother. And I think financial literacy is something we all got to start with our children. I mean, small, 3, 4 years old, as soon as they can start counting to 5 to 10, you start giving them math and teaching them banking and finance and how the world works as far as politics, of money and those have and those that don't have. And then they'll know. And my kids say to me today, she said, Mom, you got more smarts than most people fingernail. I said, look, some things I can't explain, but I can show you how to save $1 and show you how to make one too. I said, but losing $1, that's on you. I'm too cheap.
Oh, yeah. You just got financial discipline. That's all. You don't mess
right.
around.
Well, you're working I done worked in the bank 34 years. I ain't never took a loan. I don't even have a credit score. Now, almost, I ain't going to say, but I'm in my 60s. I've never borrowed $1. And I bought cars, had homes, everything. Ain't never borrowed $1. But I can teach you how to save $1. Right. The thing is, we take and cater to our wants instead of catering to our needs. And the mental capacity in our mind is always now. We're conditioned for now. It's almost like we microwave ourselves. But if you go back to the realm in which I'm born, we cook with an oven and a stove. So it wasn't no rush for your dinner. Your dinner was cooked at a certain time. You didn't eat it. You had to wait till that food was reheated. Oven is not fast. And Mom ain't going to put it on high because she ain't going to break her dish. So with that aluminum foil, she wrapped that plate and she put it in the oven, and it was probably on 200. And you probably had to wait 45, 50 minutes for that plate. And you waited patiently. You was happy to get that plate. But you wasn't pushing a button for 3.5 seconds, and then the food was done instantly, and now I'm broke because I used all my money up. No, that's not how things work. So it's patience. We don't have any patience anymore. And the children aren't taught patience. They want everything now. Instant gratification, instant reward, everything's instant. So,
Right.
you know, it is what it is. It's a what do you say, dog eat dog world. I just stay out the way. I just sit and listen and stay out the way. I just go, wow, these are the future. I'm scared. Let me out of here.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Absolutely. I'll jump back in the chat.
All right. You take care.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Bye. You know what, man? When Miss Susan calls in, I appreciate it. But I'm going to tell you what, like OG was saying, if they did Claressa Shields like that, now, you know, look, we just having a conversation because, you know, I don't know. But to do her like that, and she get $3 million up front, then to take $1 million of her 3, leaving her with 2, that is some shady shit. You know, that is just horrible, man. You know what I'm saying? So just makes you wonder. Makes you wonder what's really going on. But hey, who knows? But I think before the end of the year, we're gonna find out what's really going on. And I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, I don't want to hear nobody getting mistreated, you know, taken advantage of. I had a guy, is a second cousin of mine, and I didn't really know them growing up, but I had hooked up with him, and his grandmother, which was, I put it to this way, this woman and I became really close, and he wanted to start up a little thing for kids, and after school sports program and all that. And he said he needed a little bit of money. So I gave him, I think it was like $3,300 or something like that. And I was like, yo, just pay me back. Go ahead, do your thing. And I said, but look, don't play around with me, man. And long story short, the guy, he never paid me back. I sued him, I won, he never gave me the money. And he kept, you know, emailing me, you know, for years. I'm just, things that kind of way, I'm going to get you back, and, you know, my bad and this. And eventually something happened, right? Where I was like, I ain't worried about it no more. But I said, I'll never put myself in them positions again. You know what I'm saying? But I know that feeling. So I can only imagine $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And then this $2 million, which sounds like it was never really hers anyway. If everything what we're saying is true. But it just sounds sad. But hey, it is what it is. It's going to be by the 15th hood because they don't have the money to pay her. Oh, yeah, by the 15th. The 15th going to be interesting. Who going to get paid? Who's going to get paid, man? You know, that's ridiculous, man. Yeah, we're going to find out by August 15th, not the end of the year. You're right. By the 15th of August, we're going to find out. Because Claressa going to say something. She'll be right there on live saying something. And that's going to be Papooses' opportunity to exit left. He may be exiting out a window if he down there in Atlanta and they at the house and she decided to have that conversation. He may be exiting out the window, boy, butt naked and shit, running because you know she got a weapon. Could be ugly. So, you know, good luck to them, but that is all bad. Crazy. It says it's a music industry contract versus a sports contract. Promises everything, subtract expenses, and the artist wonders, how did I get myself into this? Yeah, that's crazy. That's why she's selling everything. They gotta pay baddies. Yo. But them dolls, them little weird goddamn, you know, safari dolls ain't gonna make no money and shit. I don't, but that was odd, man. You know, it makes you wonder. That's why she been so stressed out. Yeah, she don't look happy. Saw her running some stairs and stuff, you know, and yeah, it's, the internet was right. She was wrong. Sad, man. And Remy was right. If all this is true, if all this is true, and Remy was right. It's crazy, man. I've been saying something about, and look, the phone number is 929-839-0679. It's after 12 and I've been out here for over 3 hours, so y'all know I'm about to, jumping out the window. Yeah, with the ass cut out his drawers and shit. And them big old bug eyes looking over his shoulder and Claressa coming at him with a gun. I'll make some funny thumbnail. I'll probably be myself and Papoose. Him jumping out the window and me on the outside too. So I'm like, come on, let's go. I'll make a funny thumbnail and shit. With Papoose and I both running down the road. Now you with Hood Champion. Now y'all there. Man, please, bullshit. Y'all out there making jokes and shit. He making jokes and you robbing me? And show her shooting some little goddamn, some 22 or whatever she got. I may do it with her with a Desert Eagle in her hand. They're licking shots and shit. But I make it funny. But yeah, that's all bad, man. Says, well, honestly, I'm like that. I get rid of everything when I move, never take old stuff. Nah, man, I have, like, no kidding, I can show you. I got 2 big old bags full of sneakers. Because I have 4 sons. And them boys growing, man. And they get new stuff every month. I be ruining them boys. But they got shoes they ain't even wore one time, twice, from everything. These shoes are brand new. And I'm like, all right, I got to get rid of these shoes. But I'm like, I ain't throwing them away. So I'm out here like, all right, the next time they do like we do a garage sale or something in the community, I'll probably sell them. If not, I'll give them away. But my sons, they're like, hey, what you going to do with those? So I'm like, well, you go sell. I'll put them out there, let them sell. I say, yo, sell them shit for $5 a piece. $130 sneakers and shit. Sell it for $5, $10, man. Just get rid of it. Whatever money y'all make, boom, y'all break bread and shit. I let them go hustle them, you know what I mean? I don't care. But I know I could go on that eBay and all that and sell them and probably get, some of them shoes I can probably get damn near full price. I don't care. But yeah, you just want a clean house. Get rid of shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's blowing up my phone with text messages right now. Same number sent me like 30 text messages. I don't know who that is, man. I don't know what you got to tell me. Hopefully I don't open up and see no pictures and shit, no booty and shit. See no old booty on my phone and shit. It says homeless shelters tax deduction. Yeah, I know, P-Dub. I do it every year. Every year I get my little tax deduction, my little deduction from gambling and shit like that. I got a little hookup over here. We do our thing. Been doing it since I was in my 20s and shit. Trying to zero shit out. Zero shit out, boy. See, yeah, give them away now. If they say no, that's another story. Yeah. Hood laughing. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the phone's cooled off. I'll tell you what. If I get one more phone call, I'll end it then. If not, I give it like 3 minutes. If the phone call don't come in, I'm gonna be out of here. But Khadija was evicted and lost a lot too, due to this, and Claressa will too, and it's a shame. Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate this stuff is going on. Yeah, please hit the like button. Yeah, man, hopefully y'all did hit that like button. I got 33 texts from this phone number. 33 texts. Anyway, I'll check those out later. All right, Annie, you go ahead and rest, man. Make sure you eat something good in the morning, man. Y'all stay positive. All right, let me end this this poll and the phone call. The phone calls have slowed down, so people are obviously probably nodding away and shit, just listening to the live. I didn't know so many people like being on this live like that. You know what I'm saying? So let me end that. Okay, I just ended the poll. And let me end this right here. And make sure y'all go to shoplaylaali.com. Use the code HoodChamp15 to get your 15% discount. You know what I'm saying? And hook everything up there with Layla. All right. Yeah, 33 texts. It's crazy. I'll look at it after. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all, man. Excellent live. Every live is good. Always something going on. More than likely, I'll be on tomorrow. I wasn't going to come on tonight. My wife said, so you telling me you ain't going to go and do your live? That shit had me laughing. I was like, all right. She's like, nah, man, go on, because I wasn't going to go. She's like, it's okay, go do your live. I'm like, all right. I was going to chill. Hey, OG, I appreciate you and everybody else dropping them little gems on me. I'm going to look into that because now I'm curious about this breach stuff. Yeah, thank you, New Waves. Y'all keep cool, all right? Y'all know what I'm in. Yeah, I'm in the breach.